Good morning, everyone. What is going on? We're back again with another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast, episode 57. I am your host, the Silverback Senpai, and joining me across the table is none other than my co-host, Waluigi.
Good morning, everybody. Good to be back here.
And the guy working the controls, AJ.
Don't worry, we'll get it eventually.
Yeah, we're going to get there eventually. And, of course, our guest for today is none other than BeefyManatee.
That is me. I'm excited to be a guest on as we bring out the new tables. First time I've seen this setup. So I'm probably going to be the first person to utilize it. Unless it's not. I feel like I watched last week, and it wasn't using the setup. So
You actually are the first person using this.
Yeah, I see you. We brought out the nice linens for me. I appreciate it. You know, welcoming me with open arms.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm surprisingly, I'm awake. I got some water, bro. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for some gaming podcasts down here in South Florida.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Absolutely. The air just came on.
Man, nothing's better than this. Could turn into like an ASMR podcast quick with the background noise of the air going.
I know, we've had an arcade ghost at one point in time. We've had people knocking outside the door. There's a lot of things that usually just pop up here that's not normal.
Okay, well, he's getting this fixed out. I tell you, I didn't believe in ghosts for the longest time. But recently, I was sitting at home, and one of my kittens wakes up with a startle, sleeping over there by the chair right next to me, and starts looking at the stairs and growling. I'm like, damn. Ghosts exist?
Oh my god.
I'm getting I had to walk around the house just to make sure there wasn't an intruder because it's like, I don't think I've ever seen him scared more than like fucking waking up in a startle like that. I was like, damn, let me do the quick lap around, make sure I'm the only one here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just briefly talking about the arcade ghost.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys exercised it?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's still here or whatnot, but usually when we had our podcast over there, before this site opened up, like the bathroom light would just like randomly turn on, and we're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, we just go back, like we just casually look at it.
It was just like the weirdest thing ever, and well, hopefully it's gone, but we're over here, so I don't know if that light just randomly pops on or whatnot, but you know. Hopefully it's not a ghost, and if it is, I mean, they're more than welcome to, join us on the podcast or whatnot and share us our thoughts. And
yeah, make sure you share it on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're following Ghost, because no, nothing goes by free.
No.
I'd just rather be ghosted than deal with ghosts, honestly. Anyways, let's recap. Episode 56 was actually pretty fun with the CEO cast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So many unique faces.
Yeah, so many unique faces, and of course, even though we were all there, we all had like a different experience, almost similar, but we all had different experiences. We all talked about our day ones, our day twos, day threes,
even our day zeros.
Even our day zeros. What we did in pools, or how far we placed in bracket or whatnot. And as I said before, I'm still a little bit salty with Def Jam, but if they have it again next year at CEO, best believe I'm making top 8. The fact that I still went in completely dry, I did not practice the game, and I made it far to 13th place. I was like, they better have this shit again next year because I'm coming for that top 8. I'm coming for that top 8, guaranteed.
The Def Jam meta I find so surprising. The fact that so many characters are banned. There's 14 characters. Yeah, they're just all banned.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was for me, that was like a learning experience for me that you can't use these characters. I now understand why when I look at their stats and of course the way how they're able to recover, or they're just completely just broken. I get it now. I get why they banned these certain characters, because you can literally win a match. Even if you're a complete noob, you can win matches easy. But still, they need to do something with Danny Trejo, because that character is broken.
There is nothing I can do. The game is already gone.
All I'm saying is they don't ban characters in the streets, all right? So some of y'all need to develop your game plan around, the Snoop Dogg meta, because that's what I'm here for.
Speaking of CEO, how was your CEO experience?
My CEO was great, man. I think I got there Wednesday, enjoyed my time till bracket started. I tell you though, I hate the fact that when my pools are now on Friday. I hate having pools and top 96 on the same day, which ended up happening on Saturday. A few funny things happened that weekend though. One of the funniest ones is I made out pools for KOF. I haven't picked that game up since week 1. So I brought out it was Rio, King of Dinosaurs, and Joe in the back, because Joe's the only character I know combos for. King of Dinosaurs, like I was like, oh, I just need to grab him. And Rio, he's Ryu, but like with a bad fireball. So I was like, I could do that. That makes sense. And yeah, my King of Dinosaurs ended up washing everyone as I made out losers finals of my pool. The only person I lost to was someone with KOF in their name. I was like, damn, there's no way I beat this guy. That's impossible. He has KOF in his name. He's been playing this game longer than I've been alive. So there's no shot. Like I won that one, but I ended up double eliminating a king player. Which the most interesting thing about them was they had a stick without like the lever was on the left hand side and the buttons were on the right hand side. I've never seen that before.
Like Southpaw?
Yeah, like Southpaw. I'm guessing they're a lefty. And then their significant other, I guess, also plays the game and ended up trying to like mid-set coach, which I think is hilarious. Because I'll always mess with someone if they're doing mid-set coaching. I will do whatever it is, you know? So I lean over, you know, we're sitting, they're on the left-hand side of me. I'm on the right. I'm on player 2 side. And I lean straight over and be like, what are we talking about? Yeah. And then the person looks so offended. Like, you're getting in my personal space. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm getting in your personal space, bro. Like, what do you think you're doing? And then he walks back and says, all I wanted to say was that I love you, all right? And I was like, oh no,
yeah,
that's
right.
not what you're saying, bitch. Don't back this up like you're trying to make me look out to be the bad guy.
No.
They're like, all I want to say is I love you and I believe in you. I was like, that's what you gotta say right now, okay? Like, so yeah, that was pretty funny. Then day 2 goes in Guilty Gear Strive, the game I actually cared about, of course. Ended up making it on my pool's winner side. Second CEO I've attended. Second CEO I've made out winner's side. Second CEO where after I beat the person in winner's finals, there's a gold Lewis salt post. So I'm doing something right out here because second time where people were like, damn, Gold Lewis is broken. I mean, you could say definitely that more this patch. I agree. But that was a funny match because they were quite upset at the outcome at the end. There's a Twitter beef, a Twitter spat instantly ensued right after where some of the South Florida players ended up trolling the guy complaining about Gold Lewis, which is pretty funny because all I did was I knew it because like I walked by to report the score. We were on stream, so we had to walk back to report the score. So we went over there. I saw the person had Twitter opened up. So I was like, let me find this guy on Twitter. I was like, I know what he's doing. I've seen that look in his eyes. So I found him on Twitter, and he's like, damn. He said he had like 3 tweets, and they're all, you know, like this patch like helps people that can't play fighting games, play games and stuff like that.
Boy.
You know, that kind of shit. Which I think is funny because no disrespect to them, but they came from BB Tag. That's a game that people say the exact same shit for. Like people are like, BB Tag teaches people. It's like pot calling the kettle black right now. I was like, what the fuck we doing here? You play BB Tag. I was like, what? So that was pretty funny. But no, I didn't comment on it. I was like, I liked and retweeted it because I thought it was funny. But yeah, a quick spat. Tweets are deleted. They no longer exist. I have the pictures on my phone though to look back nostalgic. Exactly. Because sometimes you gotta look back nostalgically. But yeah, then ended up making it in the top 24 at the end of the day. Had some really good sets. You know, I tell you, every time I go to these events, makes me thankful to be a South Florida gaming player. You know, the beef chants that you know you have that I'm sure some people have seen when I was playing up against Apotheosis powered me up. Fucking new Gold Lewis thing, shouting at the top of your lungs like, hey, on Guard Crush. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, it's funny.
Yes.
It's funny as fuck.
Yes.
I'm sitting there like, yeah, hey, let's say it, bro. I'm up there doing it, hey. But yeah, I had some really good sets. The final one, like I played Apology Man washed me. I hate playing against Faust. I'm still figuring out that matchup. But yeah, even Apology Man, he did a VOD review video for all of his matches. Mm-hmm. And he gets to my match. I was like, oh, I can learn something. And he's like, Faust just kind of beats Gold Lewis. Like, you know, I was really happy. Like, and he's like, you know, BeefyManatee, he's a pretty good player. He ended up making top 24. But yeah, Gold Lewis just entirely loses his matchup. I don't know what he was supposed to do. So I honestly felt like I played pretty well because my defense was okay, but like I couldn't get anything going. So it is what it is. I lost 3-0. And then I brought back loser's side playing a Jacko player. Who I can't remember the name. I apologize to that Jacko player. In a close set, 3-2. I was down 2-1. I had to bring it back. And then instantly right after, it was the last 2 matches of the night on stream, I had to play Apotheosis, someone I've played on bracket before at like TNS. I think the only place I played him is TNS. So I know him. And I've lost to him in casuals. I've never lost to him in bracket. And they're always close matches, but I've never lost to him in bracket. So I was like, I can do this. So I ended up going once again down 2-1, bringing it back 3-2. Going to the next day, had a fucking amazing set against Dave, 4-face buttons. That set, man, every match went down to like the last few seconds. Yeah. Hotashi called on stream, on his stream. So that was pretty cool. And then I lost to Kudo Gio in a 3-2 set, who's a Happy Chaos player. And all I gotta say is, I think we both knowledge checked each other. Literally, it's whoever won the first neutral interaction. And it was like, oh, we have no idea how to block each other's characters. So it was a close set. I made one too many mistakes though, so he took it, ending up in 13th. So that's the summary of CEO. The Spark notes.
Yeah, you did.
That was nice. Yeah.
You also have the hardest picture of you with your hands up. I'm like, that's the coolest.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
It was a good ass picture. I was surprised. I didn't have any.
Coolest ones I've seen at CEO.
Yeah, that was right after, and everyone's in the background. Like, I don't know, that was a big pop off. Getting in the top 24, because like getting sent to losers early after winners finals, was it was different routing than my last time at CEO.
Right.
But last time at CEO, I ended up in 17th place. So I was like, damn, the pressure's on. I just came from a 3-2 set. I did another 3-2 set to get in the top 24, but I did one place better. I got 17th last year, 13th this year. So CEO Taku, congratulations to me. I'm about to get 9th place.
Bet.
No, I'm going for top 8, but it appears I do one place better every time.
It's definitely good to hear your CEO origin. But what got you into gaming originally?
Got me into gaming, bro. I tell you, there's a picture.
Mike, to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Danny Boy said he can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
You're sounding a bit quiet.
Thank you, Diddy.
There, Danny, the resident. Catch him tomorrow. I don't know what time it is, but he's gonna be on the podcast later. But now about me, the important person tonight. Gaming. There is a picture of me with my brother. I have 2 older brothers, so he's 10 years older than me. He's playing on a PS1. And I'm next to him with like an unplugged PS1 controller, like playing around with the games. Like this picture my mom took of me as like a dumb,
That's awesome.
as like a dumb fucking 2-year-old that doesn't know that I'm not actually controlling anything. So I've just been pretty much playing gaming for as long as I can remember. My parents are not as nerdy as me and my 2 brothers, but they're still kind of nerds in their own. They don't want to admit it, but they are kind of nerds. So I come from that upbringing. It's in our genes. And then honestly, having a older brother that's like 10 years older than me, like introduced me to a bunch of like games that was like past my generation, I guess. So I feel like I was fortunate enough in that respect that like I played a lot of like N64, PS1, like everything from there onward.
A lot of straight bangers.
Yeah, a lot of straight bangers. All the old consoles. Other people, I was like, oh, you were too young for your parents to buy you that, because we were still playing with like, Thomas the Train Engines at that, age. But I was like, no, it's just watching, my brother play like Metal Gear Solid or something at like a dumb child age where, he snaps people's neck. But yeah, so I've been playing for God who knows how many years. Basically, since I could walk, I've had a controller in my hand.
Okay, so tell me, out of the consoles that you've owned, which one would be your 2 favorite?
Damn, 2 favorite, man. That's gonna be hard to pick, cause damn, the PS2 has some bangers.
Yes.
PS2's got some bangers. I'm trying to think of like my favorite games of all time and what consoles they reside on. So like, I don't know. I'm a Sony guy like that though. Like Nintendo's a weird thing, because Nintendo consoles I respect a lot. They're a lot of fun. But because they have, just Nintendo games, like, you're gonna get on them.
Yeah.
You're gonna get good games, but it's gonna be like a good Mario game, a good Legend of Zelda game. And some of the other consoles, you get some like diamonds in the rough that you may have not expected. Nintendo Switch is hilarious now. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to like the eShop.
Yes, I have.
Ever. There's the most like malware, and it's worse than Steam.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's like, Big Titty Anime Simulator 2022 on like the Nintendo Switch eSport eShop.
Right.
Like,
Someone link me that. I'm
oh
trying
my
to
God.
see something.
It's too early.
Oh my God. But honestly, I have to say, I don't know if it's my top 2, but underrated console is the PSP.
Really?
Yeah,
PSPs are under. Oh, okay.
PSP is really good. I don't know how many people like talk about it anymore. I think like it sold well.
Yeah.
People like talked highly of it when it was around, but whoever goes back and be like, damn, I miss the good old days of the PSP.
I do.
Yeah, like I don't know, like they had the funniest little discs that you'd put in the back. Like what the fuck were those?
The UMDs.
It was just so weird.
I had no idea. I was like, what the fuck is this contraption as a child? You know, I'm used to like the DS, like the Game Boy, these small little cartridges. Now I got this whole ass disc that I have to put in it. But no, there's some good ass games. You know, PSP introduced me to Monster Hunter,
Yep,
godlike
same.
franchise. You know,
Same with me.
trying to think about it. Like Guilty Gear, my first Guilty Gear was on the PSP. I had two of them. I had XX and Plus R, both had PSP ports. So I played those two games as a young child on that. But yeah, like overall, it's a good ass console.
PSP was way ahead of its
I think
time.
he's talking about the Big Titty Stimulator.
Yeah, bro, Big Timmy Simulator. Like I gotta say, for $4, like it was worth the buy. Like
I'm aware
it's
on
honestly a steal, bro.
on your body multiple viruses. So dramatic.
Noted, Danny. I got
My Switch doesn't work no more, but honestly, you know, the 15 minutes of fun I got from that game was worth it. It was worth the $3.99.
I literally don't want my Switch bricked up.
neither do I.
That was out of pocket. You know.
That was a good one. Actually, you know, you caught me off guard. Usually your puns are pretty straightforward. That was a curveball. You know, 9 out of 10.
Thank you.
It's well done.
Please clip that, AJ.
Yes, put the bricked up clip. I want to see it on the Twitter feed later.
Oh god.
The Switch bricked up clip, bro.
All right, so with you getting into gaming and growing up with gaming and whatnot, what would be like your top 3 favorite genres of games?
God damn, do I got fighting games? Is that crazy? What? Can't believe I enjoy them.
Fighting games, of course, number one.
Damn,
So
you know,
what
I
about the
had
other
to make
two?
it. Damn, I don't know. Like fighting games is a weird thing because I've been playing fighting games for a super long time. Like my first one was like Marvel vs. Capcom on the PlayStation 1.
Oh,
If you know
okay.
anything about Marvel vs. Capcom, though, it's a tag fighter.
Yeah.
If you know anything about Marvel vs. Capcom 1 on the PlayStation port specifically,
Right.
it is not a tag fighter. It didn't have like the storage space for it.
No.
So for the longest fucking time, I was like, oh, it's weird that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a 3v3 fighter to me.
Yeah.
Because Marvel vs. Capcom 1 was a 1v1 fighter with assists.
Yes.
I was like, this is pretty cool. And then like, I don't know, like my childhood was shattered in like 2018 or something when I found out that the arcade version was actually a good game.
Oh.
Yeah, for Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
It was.
But yeah, other things like, you know, Third Strike, like I mentioned, like I played fucking Guilty Gear on the PSP, like just, you know, casually in the arcades. Like I bought, or like the arcade mode, I should say. But like, I don't know, I didn't play like fighting games competitively till probably like 2020, kind of the pandemic hit. 2018, I started watching like FGC tournaments and stuff like that. And then
Right.
2020 pandemic hit. I ended up meeting, he was on the podcast last week. I ended up meeting El Creeblu, my boy Leo, on our college esports Discord. We were the only two people like interested in fighting games at the time. I was kind of getting into it like Street Fighter, and I was playing Dragon Ball with another buddy of mine. And kind of getting into that aspect, and he was at the kind of the same time. So from there, we're like, yeah, let's just start a online tournament series. And that was our introduction to FGC, where we were fucking TOing shit and like commentating shit. We got no clue what's going on. We never done any of this. So now it's still going strong. We still do tournaments, but yeah. So FGC, you know, fighting games course, up there in the top 3. Trying to think, like, I don't know how to describe some other genres. You say like action adventure, but like
Yeah.
that's kind of like obvious, you know. Like I hate that genre. Every shit is action adventure. I have an adventure every time I play Guilty Gear Strive. And I'm doing some action, like, bitch, like when
You're not wrong.
When
Yeah, you're not wrong.
when Chip carries me up the corner, you know, I'm playing as Marvelli, he does a wall cling combo. He's taking me for a ride for sure. So that's a goddamn adventure, like.
If you burst, forget it. You're in a longer ride.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means, but weirdly enough, I have to put like FPSs in my top 3 genres, even though I don't play many first-person shooters these days.
Right.
Because the only game I play now is Guilty Gear Strive. I got a lot of stuff in the backlog, but I played like Call of Duty, of course, like Modern Warfare 2, masterpiece. It was the first game I got to convince my parents to buy me and my other older brother, who's like 2 years older than me, M-Raid game. We were like, all our friends are playing Modern Warfare 2. We're the laughing stock of the elementary school, Mom. How could you let this happen?
Bro, I felt that when I was in middle school. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah, my brother was in middle school, so it was like, how can you let this happen? Everyone else can play it. Like, like
not that bad.
The blood looks like tomato juice. Like our brains are developed to know that's not real blood. Like I understand. So that was pretty fun. I was surprised. Like literally. So my parents again always consulted my older brother, my oldest brother, on what games me and the other one that's only slightly older than me could buy. He was like the consultant. And we got around that by while he was at school, it was a half day for us. It was a full day for him. I don't know what reason. We convinced our mom to bring us to GameStop. And that's where we were able to convince her. She had no access to the older brother consultant to tell her that that's not a good idea. So we were able to like finesse that.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were playing Modern Warfare 2, and I gotta say, it still holds up as one of the best first-person shooters of all time.
So
Yes.
you've been to those lobbies.
Yeah, you know, I have a mic though. That was one of the things I had to do though. My parents were like, you gotta mute everyone, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. So
didn't
like,
mute
and
anyone,
I
did you?
and no, I did, you know, because I was
good.
like, oh, my game's gonna get taken away. I'm playing this in the living room. If they know I'm not muted, like they're gonna take this game away. So I was like, okay, you know, I don't have a mic. I'm not talking to these people. So it took me a long time before I ever got like an actual mic, because I just didn't realize that was something you needed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like growing up, like in my, you know, neck of the woods, like having a Turtle Beach was scrub shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like having headphones and playing those games, like you were a scrub because you had to listen to the footsteps. You couldn't just feel, the
Yes.
flow of battle
Yes.
inside your veins. You had to like listen to the footsteps around you. So like, yeah, I was like, I'm not buying a headset. I'm not a scrub. So it was like looked down upon. Yeah, like people thought it was bad to wear a headset. Now I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? You know, if I'm playing like Valorant or some shit, I'm like, no, I'm gonna wear my nice ass headset.
Exactly.
I bought this shit. You know, you kids that don't have it, you should get a job if you want to. Really, you can listen to the footsteps. But I don't know. Overwatch was a big game too. Overwatch was like my guilty gear strive of high school. Like it was the only game I played throughout most of high school. Like I don't know, like every single night, you know, hopping with the friends I had, grinding that up. I ended up being like masters by the end of it.
Oh, snap.
I am now like
Nice.
probably silver. I suck at that game. I don't know what happened. I transferred those skills. Like I can't be good at two genres at once. The skills just transferred to another genre of game.
Yeah.
And then finally, I gotta say JRPG. Big JRPG fan.
Ooh.
Yes.
You know, of course, the Final Fantasies stick out, but there's so many diamonds in the rough. You know, I'm gonna diamonds in the rough, like just non-Final Fantasy games. You know that the casuals like. Got your Chrono Triggers. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. Like I don't know, that's like a tactical RPG, but like tactical JRPGs, they're pretty much just good. You know, Fire Emblem, like Sacred Stone is a good one for the GBA. Any of the GBA Fire Emblems, like,
Agreed.
bangers.
Never got it. I never got into the Fire Emblem series or whatnot. Even though I knew about them since the Nintendo GameCube era, that's when they were like starting to pop up. I was just so still into the PS2 because the PS2 had such a massive library of games, and I was just like, this game looks cool. I want to get into it, but I just never got into it. And then of course, if you know, Fire Emblem also expanded into the DS line, the Game Boy Advance lines, and whatnot, and I was just like, I don't think I'll ever get into this game because there's just so much, and I've heard so many good things about it from people that played the Fire Emblem series like religiously, because like they'll tell you everything about Fire Emblem, the lore of each character, and just like how each of the games are different, like which one's bad, which one's really good. Okay, this is the one that you need to start if you really want to get into Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I think the 3DS ones kind of fell off. Like Awakening's pretty good. I think that's what it's called. The one with like Chrom and stuff. That sounds right. But then the ones after that where they had like the choose your own adventure kind of stuff. Like they went too hard into the degeneracy of like the dating sim aspect, and they forgot to put the tactical RPG inside the game. So those ones not as good, but the rest of them are pretty much bangers. Three Houses, I think, is honestly lives up to the hype. Like people are like, damn, that game's overhyped. I was like, Three Houses came out, like it did everything right. People, you know, it ripped off Persona in just the right amount of ways. And like the tactical RPG aspect, like my biggest issue with Three Houses, honestly, is like the units aren't weak enough.
Right.
You know, it gives you like less units in total. Like you don't build as much of an army because you pretty much have your army from the start. You can get like, you can recruit some people throughout the game, but like I think your total is usually around like 12 or 13 characters at the end. While in every other Fire Emblem, by the like final level, you're like, oh damn, I got like 30 people in my army. So it's a little bit different route, but I don't mind the change in pace. Yeah, so that's pretty good. But like other JRPGs, I still need to finish the Trails of Cold Steel series, or any of the Trails series. They're I've only gone through the first one, but it's really good. It's a cool series. There's 4 of them out now. I think they're all released in America. It took a while for them to make their way over. But yeah, JRPGs are pretty good, even though I got way too many of them in my backlog. Like I have so many games in my backlog. Like literally after CEO Otaku, I may just take like a month break from like religiously grinding Strive to see if I can finally beat Elden Ring or something.
That game's gonna take you a minute.
Bro, like I don't even know like how far I got through. I just got out of the magic area.
Oh.
But I beat Radan.
Okay.
And I beat Radan before he got nerfed.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I was pretty proud of that because, you know, some other people that are less skilled at video games than me had to wait for From Software to give them the little baby patch, but
Yeah.
not this guy right here.
Didn't they bring it back, or they just kept?
No idea. I have not paid
Nah,
attention.
he's nerfed, and now the thing that people do in Elden Ring when they go up against Radon is they fight him close to the water. Once his health gets to half, and he jumps up in the air and comes down as a meteor, he usually will fall like into the water area, like into
That's
the
smart
lake,
as hell.
and then it'll kill him.
That's so cheese.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
I mean, do what you can with what you have.
Exactly, bro.
But it just- but
Radan ain't holding back punches, you know?
Yeah, but it's like it's a well worth fight because you want to fight him up close, and if you're that ballsy, then you'll just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna run around with my horse or whatnot trying to fight him or whatnot, or even summon the other NPC characters. I'm gonna just fight him on ground, just straight up, and be like, let's go.
Nah, call me Guts, because I fought him on a horse with a greatsword.
Nice.
I'm playing this like the golden arc of Berserk.
I gotta continue Elden Ring. I am slacking so behind.
Bro, it's like, I tell you, that game is so fucking good for me just not being able to play. Like, Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time. So
Bloodborne's
I'm
good.
big From Software.
Bloodborne's
I've heard
goated.
good things about it.
Bloodborne is so fucking good. It's still better than Elden Ring. Like, I just gotta say, the combat system in that game, like, just peak. That's
Yeah.
peak combat design. It has like 16 weapons or something, but all of them are super unique. Instead of having like 37 of the same short sword, which is one of my biggest issues, like the Dark Souls as a whole. I get, it's like fantasy, so they wanted to put, the fucking dagger of frozen behinds or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's good. And then so that's Iron Metal for like that's not really a genre, it's a subgenre, but like
Right.
From Software games in general. Give it all From Software games. Big fan of Armored Core 2. Why not?
Yeah. I hope they bring Armored Core back.
Nah, there's no money in Armored Core, sadly. Damn, it's like people don't care about mechas anymore.
Damn.
But nah, it'd be cool. I wanted to bring back the game where you play as the president of the United States. Have you seen that?
No,
You
I've
know,
not.
I think I've heard of something like that a while back.
I have no idea what it's called. You can buy it on the PS4 shop. Donkey made a video of it if you want to see all the funny lines. But yeah, you play as it's a mecha game. You play as the president of the United States, and it's all about fucking America. Metal Wolf Chaos, thank you. Thank you,
Danny.
Danny Boy. Of course, it's Danny Boy that knows this shit.
Danny Boy's a gamer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, Metal Wolf Chaos, like you said, that game is. I don't know if it like plays well. Never played it before, but the lines is what makes the day. Like he's like, I did this shit for America, and like it's just all patriotism. Like funny little the way Japan sees American patriotism.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's hilarious.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that genre.
Yeah, it's like the favorite archetype. It's I love how Japan views America in some ways. Every time I see the fat ass guy appear in the anime that like speaks English and like has a burger and fries as mouth every time he's wearing the Hawaiian shirt, like that's my favorite guy.
You just described Bob from Tekken.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the way Japan views us, and that's why I try to live up to. I need more Hawaiian shirts in my wardrobe. If I ever travel to Japan, I'm gonna dress like that guy every single day of the week, and they'll point up at me like, "Damn, that's it."
I'm gonna look at walkthroughs for this, just because Danny Boy's like, the game is mid. Play it for the cutscene.
Exactly. The cutscenes what's make it. Just watch I'm sure they got like YouTube video. Like save yourself, however long it is, 5 hours, and just watch the donkey video. It's fucking hilarious. And then my other, I'd say, subgenre that I got shout out there for archetypes gotta be Metal Gear Solid. Like I don't know if I like stealth games so much, but Metal Gear Solid hits the right
Goated.
spot. All those games, Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best one.
Yes.
It is by far the best one, but
Can't go wrong with that. one.
they're so fucking good. I'm so sad that Konami is shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Kojima just makes like I don't know, was Copper
Or a spiritual successor.
yeah, like Copper, Wheel, Liquid. I don't know what the opposite of Metal Gear Solid is, but hopefully it makes some kind of spiritual successor. Because Death Stranding isn't it. I'm a big Konami fan or Kojima fan, but Death Stranding scene is like the most boring shit of all time. There's like 8 hours of cutscenes or something. It's wild.
Lord.
Which I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4 also has a terrible amount of cutscenes. Literally,
Yeah.
before you play, like I think there's 5 chapters in the game, and there's like a hour cutscene before every single chapter. Like the first time I played through, it was like fucking Sunny is like making some eggs for like 15 minutes. I skipped through it. Like, I was like, I don't know, is this important? I don't know. So I went back and eventually like watched through all of those, but it was like, damn, there's a lot of cutscenes in this game.
Yeah, you got to torture yourself through
Just
that.
get some popcorn, you're good.
Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm sad. Like I need to boot up my PS3. Like I'm sad. Like the only place you can play Metal Gear Solid 4 is the
on-
PS3. Really.
Yeah.
I forgot you had a
I wish
PS3.
they ported or like just like put it in the shop for like PS4. I would buy that shit like right up because it's
Same.
such a good game.
I think a lot of people would,
Yeah.
especially for that type of niche.
Metal Gear Solid 5, it's all right. I
Yeah.
thought, as far as like Metal Gear Solid games, I thought it was a good game. I'm a big, like, I don't know if this is a topic, but like, as far as like hot takes, open worlds, the shittiest game design. People make open world games just so they don't have to like make anything fun inside their game.
Yeah.
Biggest Skyrim hater. Like,
Ooh.
bro, Skyrim's the shittiest game. I don't know how they've been reselling this shit for like 12 years. Like, if
It's like GTA.
Bro, if Skyrim only ever released on the console, everyone would hate it just as much as I hate it because they have mods. Mods make the game fun, but mods
Yeah.
make any game fun. Like
Yeah.
if Guilty Gear Strive was a bad game, I still have fun in it because I could play as fucking Phoenix Wright swinging around the girl Mai with a Gold Lewis mod.
Oh, yeah.
Because mods just make shit fun.
Yeah,
But
it does.
no, Skyrim is a completely ass game. If you enjoy it, you simply have no taste in video games.
Oh shit!
It's I don't make
Damn.
the rules.
Wow.
Damn, I got no taste in games, and I
It's
love
true.
Skyrim.
Like, bro, it has no story. The combat, you can't say it's a combat system. You hold down R1 and you go There's no technique to it. I have more health than this guy, or he has more health than me. I put my skill points into two-handed weapon enough. Man, I can't. The fact that people still make shitty combat systems like Skyrim, you should get your game license degree revoked.
Damn.
That is based. Wow.
Damn.
Bro, that's honestly my biggest gripe with the game. Like, it's a fine game until you realize that it's really boring to like do the actual thing you're supposed to do, which is like fight dragons. Like, who likes fighting dragons in that game? That's like its big calling point. You like shooting arrows at a dragon for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
As it comes down to the ground, you're like, oh, look at it go around and fly in the air.
For me, it's just I like the grinding aspect of it to get more powerful, and to the point where just like you're literally a god and nothing can ever kill you or whatnot because you have so many spells. You don't have to. There's a point in the game where I don't even have to have like weapons like a shield and a sword or whatnot because I've become so powerful to the point where I can summon my own sword. I can create like a force field barrier or whatnot. I can slow down time. I can call up the dead.
Yeah.
Boost Rhoda.
I'm also really dumb, so any of the things that could have depth in that game are very not well explained. Like, I have no idea how alchemy works in that game. Should I ever pick up this 12th spider eye to put it in a potion? No idea, but like, even if I could, I have no idea how to do it.
But I would say that if anyone is ever going to pick up Skyrim, just pick it up on PC.
Yeah.
And,
On
just
especially.
load it up with mods and whatnot, and you will have a fantastic time.
It's chaotic.
Also, there's other things that I pet peeve. Man, this is a Skyrim hate podcast now because I have so many things I can
That's
hate about
please
it.
forgive us.
Bro,
for
Go off.
if I'm playing a two-handed warrior character, like that's how I like to play. I'm a big guy. I like my greatsword. I don't
Right.
want to use any bitch-ass magic or archery skills.
Same. No, same.
Exactly.
I
It
totally
stands.
agree with you.
But why the fuck can I enter the scholar place, like the scholar of magic, and become the magic lord of all time? All I have to know is a heal spell and a fire spell, and they're like, yeah, you pass. And then I go around all the quests and killing everything with a sword, and they're like, you're now the great mage of all time. Your name shall go down in history.
Isn't that like a manga? What's it called? Magic Muscle?
Oh, yeah, Diablo showed that to me.
Yeah.
But, like, that manga's funny, and Skyrim makes me sad because no one actually makes a correlation to the fact that this guy, I don't think the Grand Scholar actually knows how to use magic.
He's just all muscle.
Exactly. And, like, I walk around in my Viking gear, and I'm like, yes, I do like reading books too, fellow student. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why can't I join this place? I don't know. I think more games, especially open world games, it would be more interesting if they gate kept more stuff for replayability. Like in Skyrim, it's like I guess sandboxing knows the term used for it.
Right.
But it's like an amusement park or something. You just go down and do the thing, but I feel like it has no value to it. Like when I spec into my character, no matter how I spec, there's no consequence to it. So like it doesn't matter if I'm a two-armed guy, I can still go to the thieving quest and slaughter my way through that, and they're like, you're the greatest thief of all time. I'm like, bitch, I don't even know how to lockpick.
You steal souls.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, I can give Beefy a fair point on that one because it's like once you like respect your character, there's like no consequence because you can just go into any other like build like one hand, two hand, necromancy, what was the other one? Smithing and a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's just like you can respect it, but there's like no consequence unless you want to consider the fact that even if you were to respect it, that's like okay, now I have to rebuild it back up, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice another thing. You're still powerful as fuck in that game.
Yeah.
I will say though, Skyrim for its time, it was good.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that people still tally as like the greatest game of all time ever made that I have an issue. And the fact that they made it like 12 times, I'm like, this is the most dated game design. Like, it's okay for a game to be good for its time and now be ass.
Yeah.
That's what Skyrim is. It didn't age like fine wine. It was okay.
Yeah.
We didn't, like, action combat was just kind of coming around. Like, action combat in an RPG setting, it wasn't around. Now that we got fucking Dark Souls, though, like, there's no way you can convince me that a game system without a dodge mechanic, so I just have to face tank everything no matter what.
Yeah.
Or let Lydia face tank for me.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's just, and people still buy it. Like, hell, my brother bought it on the Switch, so I have it inside my own house. Like, I'm like,
Why?
So what? You have a master sword instead of a regular sword?
yeah, didn't they port that? It's actually,
I think they did.
I changed my opinion. The fact that you have a Master Sword in the Switch version, it should have gone re-released. I'm now the biggest Skyrim fan. That's completely 180.
I had to bring that up.
Yeah, the Master Sword, that's what got me. The Master Sword in Skyrim. I'm going to get my Switch home. When I come home, I'm going to get my Switch out and play with the Master Sword. I'm going to be like, damn. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's broken.
Oh, man.
Friendly reminders.
All right, our next topic is what got you into the FGC? I think we touched on
covered that, So
Yeah.
I was a young college student over at Florida Atlantic University, located in Boca Raton, and I ended up joining their esports club. I saw the thing, I was like, I play video games occasionally. And I ended up joining after this kind of bigger thing. Like I ended up, I'm a big martial arts guy. I've been practicing since I was literally like 7 years old. Play jiu-jitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai, a bunch of different stuff. I enjoy it. It's hella fun. I like fighting stuff, so clearly. So one time, though, I was training for a competition, and I ended up taking down my training partner. It was just practice, and when it was like double leg takedown. If any of you know, you just like, you shoot your body completely lower below the person, you go straight in, you grab both their legs, and you just throw them to the ground. Like, think Marduk from Tekken, like if you do that in Tekken 7, and like his tackle attack, that's a double leg takedown. And so I'm going for the double leg, and I end up, the dude's, he's a lot smaller than me. Most people are. So I sweep his legs up, and whenever I landed, I just popped my shoulder out in the weirdest place. And I needed to get surgery. That took like 2 years to recover.
Oof.
It was like super bad. I went to the surgeon. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you did, but you messed up your shoulder in like the worst way I've ever seen. Like, so I was in a sling for a bit, and like at the time, like I wasn't playing video games as much because I was a college student. I was doing competitive jiu-jitsu. I traveled to compete in that and stuff like that. So I was like, I got a lot more free time now.
Yeah.
I entered it like right before summer classes, so I ended up dropping out on my summer classes because I had one arm and was in a lot of pain. So I played through basically all the Fire Emblem games. So that's what got my love for Fire Emblem. I downloaded on my, because like I play with one hand, so it made sense. So I ended up downloading them. And the other thing I spent my time doing was watching the FGC and competitions and different esports stuff. So I ended up watching like all the EVOs, pretty much like every single fighting game. I went from everywhere. Again, I've been playing fighting games like a lot as a child, like BlazBlue, big game. Like I fucking loved BlazBlue growing up. It was so good, but like I was asked at it, I played Ragnar in that game at the time. Like I understand the fact that there's, a big competitive scene for these games. That's what I delved into there. Watching, I think it's Galileo versus Dogra, one of the best sets of all time. Mainly because Azrael is a fucking sick ass character.
Yeah.
Azrael kicks your shit through from like coast to coast. It's cool every time. So after that, you know, I was still recovering from the injury. I couldn't train in martial arts. So I was like, what's the next best thing? I like video games. I like fighting stuff. Why don't I like, you know, try to like actually competitively play fighting games?
Right.
So yeah, I went from there. I joined the esports club. Ended up meeting Leo online, and then now we're good friends to this day. We started up our own, became a TO. So I learned the TO events from doing it online. I ended up getting a job TOing at my own school, which was pretty cool. So doing it in person for fucking Smash tournaments. That's the main way. Like literally TOing at the FAU tournaments. That's the way I know I met a lot of people in the Smash community that go to that school. And then from there, yeah, I was asked at fighting games. I was asked when Guilty Gear Strive came out too, but I was trying to get into Dragon Ball FighterZ and Street Fighter. Neither of those like clicked at me being like good at them. Like the highest I ever hit is Street Fighter 5. I was learning it was like gold, which isn't that good. And then Dragon Ball FighterZ, I hit like the God rank, but the rank system of that game is like wild, and I didn't compete like going to any locals because there were no locals. But
Yeah.
Guilty Gear Strive came out like the perfect time. I
Yeah.
love Guilty Gear because again, back to, you know, we're bringing it all back to earlier in the podcast. If you just tuned in, this
Yes.
will make sense. I played Guilty Gear XX and Plus R on the PSP versions, and so I was like, I love Guilty Gear. I'm trying to get into competitive fighting games. It's gonna be easier for me to get into the fighting game now that it's just coming out. Like I'm gonna be at like not the same level. Obviously, you know, the people are really good at fighting games are gonna be really good going into this game. Like I understood that, but everyone's learning the shit at the same time. So like I'm not like super far behind going into it. So yeah, I picked it up. Before they came out, I picked up Plus R and Rev 2 on the PC. Played that with my friends, try to get like ready. So I was playing those back in January. I fell in love with bro, there were not during the pandemic. There were not DBFZ locals. Like I said, I'm looking at the Twitch chat so I can call out shit. There was not a DBFZ local
were ready.
in like
I was waiting.
like mid-pandemic, bro. Like I went to one. I actually went to a Flynn's. My first and second Flynn's was a DBFZ and a SF5 local. It was like kind of right before. I think it was like June, like before Guilty Gear came out.
Yeah.
Or like March or something like. Or,
Yeah, we were running DBFZ and Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I ended up entering both of those. I top 8 both of them. I think there was less than 8 players on both of them, but I didn't go
Yeah.
with 2, which is the biggest important part. So you know, I was not the worst person there.
You take those.
Exactly. I honestly did well at my first S. That was like my first like SF5 local. I was surprised. I got like 4th or something. I was cooking with Zangief.
I do have one question though, and
Yeah.
this is coming from because someone wanted me to ask you
Oh,
this.
fucking Balboa?
Yeah.
I see you looking at Twitter. Bitch, when did I enter the Smash scene? I saw that. I was like, I don't know what this means. Coming back? When was I a part of it? Man, I tell you, I will never get tired of making fun of Smash players. You guys never change. I will never change as well.
It never gets old.
Because I tell you, you know, the whole thing started all the way back when I got into like a Twitter beef. You know, we were both having fun, which was pretty funny. 'Cause some other people ended up taking it a little too seriously, which was the best part because I knew he wasn't taking it seriously and he knew I wasn't taking it seriously. Which I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. But he called me out for my Smash placement, and I was like, bro, I don't play this game. I came literally. I had a friend who goes to UCF up in Orlando who likes Smash. So he came down. I was like, yo, and he also likes Guilty Gear, so we play that together. But he had to go up on Sunday, so he couldn't stay for the Sunday thing. But he's like, I want to check out Flynn's. So I was like, sure, you like Smash? Let's go to the Smash local. And I ended up going on too, and I know that was the worst decision of my life. I thought I was gonna come help, you know, support, you know, the local,
Right.
the local scene that I appreciate. And they're all like, look at this bitch, you know, online. This guy went over to a Smash local. I was like, what? All I'm saying is I beat DGK. I beat David in casuals one time, so y'all ain't ready for my Kazuya smoke. If I learned the actual combo, I would wash 90% of y'all because that character has no counterplay from my understanding.
No, because a lot of people don't know what the hell to do against
Yeah,
Kazuya.
it's so funny.
And Kazuya has so much moves. It's just like people will just do like the basic ones, but they don't know all of the other moves that he has in his arsenal, like the Electric God Wind Fist. Not a lot of people know how to do it. Some do, not all can. And then of course, the Hell Sweep. A lot of people don't know how to do that as well because there's like so many moves that Kazuya has in his arsenal. It's just that people don't know how to react to it. It's like if you fight Kazuya on a flat stage like Final Destination, it's in his favor. So you have to fight him on a platform stage.
Bro, I'm such a big Omnilax fan. I know
Yeah.
he's one of my FAU homies, but every time he plays, big fan. Yeah.
Electric Wind got fist in a Smash on a GameCube controller. I'll give you $5.
Bro, I tell you, like, I think Smashbox is the way to go. If I ever,
agree.
man, one of these days, that's another thing. If I ever got an absorbent amount of time, like, I hit big, you know, like, I don't know, I had, like, some random, like, great grandfather I never met that died and gave me all his earnings over the
Right.
years or something like that. I would probably buy a Smashbox and learn Smash just to make fun of Smash players.
Fox, if you're
That's
listening
if
to
I
this,
had
please
enough
sponsor
time,
us.
it would be funny. I'd want to beat Smash players and be like, I don't even play this game.
Hitbox, if you're watching this, please sponsor us.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was really funny. Maybe I will come back one day. Every once in a while, you know, Dave will hit me up or Joy-Con will hit. I don't know, it's Joy-Con less. They'll be like, yo, come to a Smash logo. I was like, why? You guys just want to beat my ass. They just want to group up on me. You know,
Exactly.
I'm gonna just stay to Twitter where they can't jump me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
And
scared of
then
these
and then when we tell him, hey, just come to Strive, and you know,
Yo, I
We're all
got this is my
disgusted.
public call out. Make sure this makes it in the Twitter clip. I'm telling you guys, make sure this makes it.
we're gonna have some
Joy-Con, you said you would come the week after CEO to a Strive local, and I haven't seen you here. I know you're scared. He's gonna rig the brackets so we play each other. I understand. Yeah, I
You
already
gotta
know how
test
this
it.
works.
He has to test out his testament. I heard about this too.
Yeah, it's Testament. That's what he says he's rocking, which I respect it. We don't have we have Aaron, young corner plays Testament,
There's like
and
3 people.
3 people. I think it's just Aaron. Like I don't know any other
I
SFL
know
players. that
Herbs
play.
is actually considering it.
Herbs considers everything. He's
That's
taking
true.
the Jacko.
That's true.
He's the Jacko equivalent of me. He's like, I'm considering this other character. Bitch, I'm coming back to Gold Lewis every time. You know it. I know it. You know
He's my
it.
leader,
We're just
and
both
you're
in
absolutely
denial.
right.
We're just both in denial. All right.
because
Yeah,
I remember season 1, you were like bouncing around between Happy Chaos and Leo, and then when season 2 came, it was like, okay, fuck those, I'm sticking to Gold
exactly.
Lewis.
Now my
just
character's
went-
good.
You
Well,
went straight.
I was playing Happy Chaos back. So when Ramallah kind of found out the cheap shit with Happy Chaos, I was like, this character is really strong. This character clearly has 0 counterplay. If I can do this, it will cover Gold Lewis's weak matchups. So whenever I played Happy Chaos, it was always with the intention of to cover Gold Lewis's weak matchups. So I felt like Happy Chaos is a zoner. Like Happy Chaos last patch played really well in the Axel, played really well in the Faust, really well in the Jacko. You know, any of the matchups that I didn't want to play Gold Lewis into, I just Happy Chaos execution last patch was hard. This patch, they took that away. They said we don't want him to be hard. Now he's brain dead because he just does slump mix. But yeah, that's the last patch. Then I went to Leo for a bit. I was like, you know, I want to pick a top tier. I'm tired of playing, you know, mid tier, low tier. I was like, I might as well just pick a top tier. I was like, Leo White Fang. I felt like, you know, if Gold Lewis wasn't in the game, I'd probably be a Leo player. Like, you know, Unga Bunga, you know, DP crazy. I was like, I could do this shit.
Yeah.
But no, season 2 came out. I had the grapes. I think you could solo main, like even last patch. I think even though I would switch between like some of the characters, I was always like a Gold Lewis believer because like I always told people like I think Darkrai last patch was top 5 NA. Maybe top 5 of the world. I think this patch, there's no question about it. Like Darkrai clearly showed last patch though that you can make Gold Lewis work because he was doing it from the inception of Gold Lewis. He was winning. You know, we had NLBC back then, which is probably the biggest online tournament. He was winning those. Like he had like notable wins over like fucking Solstice, which
Dang.
last patch the Gold Lewis Ram matchup was really tough. So Solstice,
is.
yeah, Solstice is a really strong player, obviously. So being able to beat him is no small feat.
No,
it's not.
It's not.
But yeah, this patch he's still cooking. So it was always like in the back of my mind. I was like, if Darkrai could do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not the character, it's me. But sometimes like there's a thing about like fighting games where like the character has to mesh with you. And sometimes it's like, damn, like does Gold Lewis cause me to make bad decisions? Does he mesh well with me? Maybe I should try, you know, some other stuff. And I just like playing a lot of characters. Like I think it's fun to learn about the characters. And one of the things like that helps me in fighting games is like picking up characters that I don't understand how to beat at a base level. Because then someone will kick my ass, and I'll say, all right, what did they do to kick my ass? And I can kind of reverse engineer it, you know? Like, I still am not the greatest into the Leo matchup, but I understand what to do against Leo a lot better because it took 2 weeks to learn, like, the basics of him. Like, just like the baseline stuff. Like, I can learn how to do the baseline stuff and then watch high-level play, and between those two things, I can formulate a game plan. Yeah, so that's the. I don't even know what we were talking about, but so it's a funny tangent. So
No, it's good. We're talking about fighting
season
games.
2's cooking though.
Yeah.
From Smashbox.
Yeah, it was fucking Balboa. Yeah, I was like,
Testament.
I just thought it was funny. Like maybe, like again, I think the mask comes off. I think we have a pretty cool SFL Smash community, which I'm thankful for, because some of these other communities are fucking terrible.
Are they really?
Oh my god, like I see Twitter and like they make me like just sad for humanity, bro.
Yeah.
These children.
I'm glad I don't encounter.
There's a few people in the Smash community, but it's like so big. I think it's the funniest thing though. This is my biggest thing. Like I don't know, like the Smash communities seem to keep everything on Twitter. Man, I don't know why. Like there's some beefs going on where like I know you guys are both at the same venue and you just talk shit about this guy on Twitter. The other guy opens up his Twitter because he's scrolling through it waiting for his next match and he sees it, and I'm like, damn, like I would go up and be like make fun of them. Like, bitch, you're going to Twitter? Like what? Like I don't know. Like I just want to see more in-person beefs is all I'm saying from the Smash
Honestly,
community.
It's
Yeah.
more entertaining.
Who won at Firefest? Joy-Con or DGK?
DGK.
I called it.
Bro, Joy-Con.
But it was a game 5. It was a real close
Is that
set.
the third time he's lost?
Yes.
Yes.
Bro, I beat David, and you can't? That's crazy. That's
I
wild.
should have placed money on this.
No.
I should have placed money on this. I guessed actually. I didn't even know who won it.
But it was a real close set because there was a
He's
point
playing
where
Terry now, first off, right? Was he playing Terry there or was he playing Lil Mac?
no, Joy-Con was not using Little Mac at all. I think
What?
he was using, I believe,
Yeah, I thought-
Joker and I think it was Joker and Sora.
Oh, damn.
So and Joy-Con was cooking. He was doing really, really good. So I can't fault him for that. It was like last stock, last hit, and
Oh.
DGK got the last hit.
Okay, so it was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a really good fight. It wasn't like how back in Fighter Fest Season 3, it was a complete 3-0 wash. No, it wasn't. It was a game 5, last stock, last hit. They were both at 100, and it was just like, who's going to get the last hit? And DGK ended up getting the last hit. It was close because I literally thought Joy-Con was going to get it. I literally thought it because when you get the hit in Smash and then you see the the animation and the background changes and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's when I thought Joy-Con got it, and then DGK recovered, and then DGK on the platform, Joy-Con trying to come back, and then DGK hit him with neutral air, and that was it.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was close.
There's always Firefest Season 4. Don't worry, Joy-Con. I believe in you.
Danny Boy says, "Yo, Beefy versus Joy-Con, $500 next splits."
You know what? I would do that. I would do that if it was like we had to play a set in Smash, a set in Guilty Gear, and then we picked like 100, not even fighting games, but like competitive games to just like Russian roulette and whatever one lands on for the tiebreaker. Because I think he would win Smash, I would win Guilty Gear. Like how much is obvious.
Yeah.
But just take out like whatever you put like fucking what is it 1-2 switch, you put those games on, you put like regular ass rock paper scissors, you put some like random fighting games, put like put Rivals of Aether, put some of the other anime fighters on it, and then I don't know, some wild ass shit like Gundam Max Boost, Dark Souls 3 competitive.
Very competitive.
Yeah, we built up a PS4, like just the randomest shit. Like I don't know whatever competitive games you would have, but like, yeah, like mystery roulette for the final game, because I would do that for $5 because that sounds hilarious as fuck.
It sounds fair as well.
Yeah, but like I don't know, I would get washed in Smash. I'm not, I'm not gonna cap. I may be in DGK and casuals, but the only time I played Joy-Con was that day I came to play with my buddy, and I was playing Lil Mac at the time because people told me Lil Mac was easy, which he is.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I just need to do down tilt into side B. So that was my game plan. And then round one's Joy-Con. He taunts, so like because it's a Lil Mac ditto. So I taunt back, and then he hits me while I'm taunting.
Rude.
What an asshole! Am I right? Like.
Rude.
Oh my god, can't believe it.
The Kung Fu Master Jackie Chan for the timer.
Exactly, some random ass shit like that. That's what I want to do.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, it's an actual thing. Shaq Fu? Anyone a big Shaq Fu fan?
Yes.
Best fighting game of our generation. But yeah, I don't know. Coming back, I don't know what that means. Coming back to the Smash community. May I enter the Smash community? I have come by in passing.
Yeah.
But it is simply,
Oh my god.
like
game.
like when like the scientist goes out to study the animals in the rainforest.
Yeah.
In their natural habitat.
Yeah.
That's me at a Smash local. You know, I got the binoculars out, and writing down notes.
Hold on. That is all of us. That is all of us at a Smash tournament.
Like, so
The funny thing is that they make it easy.
They
They
really
make
do.
it too easy.
And here we have a wild Joy-Con, and you hear
it's like, so this is what they're like in their natural habitat, huh?
Bro, watching CEO is the funniest thing because you see some, and there's the Smash players with the Burger King hats.
Bro,
That's Central Florida.
Yoni versus I think it's how you pronounce his name. The Steve player Yoni versus Dominator.
Yeah, that
Him
was-
turning around, sticking his middle fingers up, funny as shit. Oh my god! I tell you, I don't know what's in the water of CFL, but their Smash community is absolutely insane. Like,
Yeah.
batshit. Like, I'm here for that energy though. You know, like.
It is so.
I heard some things like there's a fine line with that energy. If you start talking like actual shit about the person and be like, you know, this is what, like, you know, this is why your wife left you kind of shit. Like, that's not okay. But you know, that's a funny example. There's some like other like, you know, personal shit you could say that's like not okay. But if you want to chant in the crowd and be fucking loud and annoying and obnoxious, that shit's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, as long as you don't get like too personal and step over like too many bounds. Like even like at SF5, like the biggest character in SF5 right now that everyone hates is Luke.
Oh yeah.
Character is like super overpowered. So at Combo Breaker, when what was his name? Chris CCH. Danny's in the chat. He can correct me. Picked Luke. There was chance of you need Luke, which is funny as fuck.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, but
That's
it's
cold.
you know, like that kind of energy. I'm here for, you know, that kind of stuff. But like I don't know. I've heard they get a little bit too wild. But the people that go to Smash locals and like CFL apparently and always come back with bad experiences, they're like, I can't hear my own thoughts. They're too loud in the background. I'm like, man, bring some headphones next time. All right?
Yeah.
You knew what you're getting
Yeah.
into.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so our next topic. So what are your thoughts on the current generation of gaming?
Well, you know my thoughts on Skyrim.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some like good games coming out recently. I want to try Stray. It's supposed to be really short. Oh. So the game
the cat simulator, like
as a
everyone's
big
talking
cat fan,
about.
As a big cat
Stray.
fan, I think it's hilarious how much in SFL like most people are cat people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've been like
I
the
didn't
only
notice.
cat person in my entire life till I joined the SFL FGC. And now, like, everyone's like, I love cats. I'm like, me too.
I'm like one of the only few dog people. It's the funniest.
Like, I like dogs too. They're pretty chill. I'm just like, you know, I resonate with cats more. So, yeah, Stray looks really fun. Like, there's just some cool games coming out. I think we got past the schlop. We were in a long time of a lot of schlop coming out every year. Fucking Assassin's Creed released for this whole time.
Every year.
The
Like-
remasters.
Oh my god! Like Assassin's Creed was cool until Ezio went away.
Yeah.
And then I thought Assassin's Creed 3 was kind of mid. Other people enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of mid. I heard Black Flag was good, but it lost me in 3.
That's understandable.
I was excited for Assassin's Creed 3 too. I was like, this sounds cool. I thought Assassin's Creed in like a more modern era sounds cool.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, it was too, like, so this goes in, like, my biggest issue. I think there's an issue with things being too open world. People want to figure out, like, how to make the biggest open world. And I think we started moving away from that. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
know. I enjoy at least sitting down and playing a more specific experience than going around in a sandbox where there's no value to it. And, like,
Yeah.
value can be measured differently, but it's like my issue with Skyrim all kind of comes from that. Like, you can, like, you're like you're not like an explorer. You're like a guy that watches in, but like he's looking through a glass outside the world. He's not part of the world. I think that's a big issue with a lot of open worlds where you kind of just like go around and do the randomest shit, like the most benign shit. Like my issue with Metal Gear Solid 5. I was like, I like the calculated level design over this, you know, do whatever you want approach. I'm like, you can do both if you want to have like an open world design, but like if it gets too big, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit full screen and shoot him with a sniper rifle. Like, why do I need to
Yeah.
go up close? That makes more sense. There's a nice hill over there, perched up. So I don't know. I think there's an issue for a while with like too much flexibility. But then again, as someone that hates open worlds, Elden Ring somehow managed to do it right. I don't know. They like every like nook and cranny, there's something to explore, and you get something cool out of it. Like the dopamine hits. Like I don't know. It's just man, the horse shitting is funny. Danny, the horse shitting I will say is funny. But like I don't know, Elden Ring like did something cool with the open world that I enjoyed because like area feels unique. It doesn't all kind of blend together. There's really specific stuff to do. So like I know where to go. Like I know like I'm gonna get on the map and I have an obvious quest because it's kind of like the opposite thing though. Honestly, it's like it doesn't hold your hand. I think that's something it does really well.
Yeah.
Because like
Just-
That's what I loved about Elden Ring. It was
Yeah.
like the game does not hold your hand. It's like you're gonna have to figure it out.
I hate the compass. The compass and quest markers, they're fine for an MMO. They gotta go in single player games. I'm like, man, that it like takes me out of the world. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna follow the compass. I'm not gonna explore. Oh, there's the cave of withholding over there. Like, why am I gonna go explore there? I don't have a marker there. And I know at some point I'm gonna talk to a random civilian in some random town, and they're gonna be like, yo, I lost my daughter in the cave of withholding. Can you go retrieve her? And like then I go there. Like I have no reason to explore a place that I don't have a quest for yet, because then I'm gonna have to double track there.
Yeah.
In a game like Elden Ring, the quest is to kill, like in every Dark Souls, kill the great 4 big bads, and then you kill the biggest bad. Like you know what you're getting into, so you just explore everywhere to get stuff to kill the bigger bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty. I don't know, but I think I'm positive as far as fighting games go. I'm super hyped for what we're doing.
Yeah.
I love Guilty Gear Strive, obviously. DNF Duel is a shit show, but
Yes, it
it's a
is.
fun as fuck shit show.
Yes.
I love every second of it. Like, I watch the clips. They're hilarious. Like, the people that are complaining about it, like, I don't know, find another fighting game. Because obviously it ain't for you. Like, I knew what I was getting into. I was like, oh, it's made by Aiding. I watched the trailers. Some people were like, I was expecting honest neutral. I was like, bitch, did you watch the trailer? Like,
Honest neutral.
like, what did you expect? Did you see who it said? It said Aiding every single fucking time. They made UMVC 3. Like, it was clear to me what the game was going to be, so I, expecting that so far, have quite enjoyed it, even though my biggest issue with that game currently is, like, I don't have a character I resonate with.
Right.
So I need to find that character that can kind of resonate, because, like, I enjoy a lot of characters in that game, but there's no one that I'm like, damn, this is my guy. Like, I thought Crusader was going to be that, but Crusader has no sauce. That is
That's-
a sauceless character.
He has Christ.
He has Christ. He has no sauce.
Shit, you're right.
He
Yeah.
he is a sauceless character. That man is white bread as it comes. I thought Troubleshooter. I think Troubleshooter is cool. He's one of the prospects I'm looking at. I tried Grappler.
Grappler be pissing some people off.
He's really weak. I think he's really bad.
Yeah, like Grappler is like bad in certain situations. Like you would like to go up against a Grappler, you have to like zone him out and don't let him get too close, and don't jump as often because he'll just, command grab you out of the air.
And that's like 90% of most characters can do. Just zone out.
Yeah. And then it's like I think Grappler though has some major issues, so I really don't want to play him because I don't get to spend all my time playing DNF Duel, so I can't play. I want to play a character that feels like lower mid tier, like. It feels like a waste of time. If I'm gonna pay whatever money to go to see Otaku, I'm not gonna pay see Otaku to go play fucking Grappler. God forbid.
God
No.
forbid. We gotta see this. We gotta see who's gonna play Grappler CEO Otaku.
Like I don't know. Like there's people cooking with him. Brian F's doing really good. Brian F's deity rank. Like you can clearly do it. But I think at the highest level, which at some point I would like to achieve in DNF Duel, I think he falls off really hard against like the main one. Swiftmaster. There's no way I'm playing a twink. So,
Someone said it. Thank you.
no shot.
Fucking thank you. I didn't
Yeah,
focus
no shot. I'm playing a twink.
Fuck
All right.
Swiftmaster.
Clip it.
Fuck Swiftmaster, and I agree with that statement.
Danny, Grappler may not be bad, but I'm bad. So I need a character that carries me. All right.
Ranger.
Nah, man. I'm not
Ranger be carrying
I'm not
everybody.
trying to play Ranger, man. That character is lame.
I still say Hitman.
Hitman's looking kind of nice. Turn the brain off. It's not my main game, so turn the brain off could be nice. Not have to think. Just you hit MS full screen into a touch of death if you're in Awakening. Hitman is looking good. Right now I'm looking at Striker because I think Striker is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my god, the inputs.
Yes.
Every time Striker gets a touch of death off of a guard break situation, I laugh my ass off. I'm not quite sold on her neutral yet, like whether or not I like playing her neutral game.
Right.
He is basically a Shoryuken. I love it.
But Striker is really funny. I won't be one of the people that downplay my good character. Like I'm kind of that right now. I don't really downplay Gold Lewis. I kind of outplayed, so I don't get to downplay Gold Lewis like I want to. So Striker players, they downplay the character even though she's broken. They all say, you know, they're like, look at these other characters. I'm like, you're playing Striker, so maybe I want to be one of those guys. You know?
Because like if Swiftmaster is gonna do like a 90% combo, it's just gonna take 30 seconds. I might as well just grab a drink and just wait for it, because there's no way to escape that unless they somehow fuck up the combo.
Yeah, my biggest issue, because I just look back down at Grappler being bad, so that remind me of it. But my biggest issue with him is like, I don't know, I can't wrap my brain around currently like how to structure his pressure. So like, a lot of characters that DP in the game, and a lot of his like armored pressure routes get beat by DP.
Yeah.
Like if he goes for the charged leg kick, armored leg kick, or the charged grab, you don't have to jump if you have DP. Just you don't have to care what option they do. You just
like
DP.
A short jump, and you can continue from that.
Yeah. So like I don't know, and that's again, it's a me issue. I understand it's a me issue.
How to
I'm not
structure his
blaming
pressure.
the character.
Everything is armored and fly.
Bro, Danny.
He's right. He's right.
Danny is crazy because he plays Berserker. Berserker smokes Grappler. You fucking
Yeah.
go into install, you hit him with a low. Bro, man, I don't know what this Danny guy's thinking.
Danny, save the toxicity for tomorrow.
Yeah, you,
Yes.
you can come on tomorrow and talk about how my opinion's wrong. but I just gotta let you know that the armor is smoked by lows. Also,
Yeah.
his awakening, he has the worst awakening in the game. His awakening physically makes him worse
It
because
does.
he needs gray health to break through. You know, like Danny said, he has armored moves.
Like, mid-hit, he'll have to use his awakening just to get more damage.
Well, so the thing about his awakening skill is it reduces the amount of gray health he gets. Gray health leads to conversion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is a weird flaw about the game, because
Yeah.
something I want to play in a character is a character that gets to utilize conversion well, which Grappler does, because he needs conversion to get in. But if he has less gray health, he gets to use conversion less, which makes it harder to get in. Every other character gets busted when they're at like 20% health or wherever it starts, 25% health.
Yeah.
He gets functionally worse. Like technically he takes less damage. I think it'd be cool if they changed it, they kind of reworked it so that like his armor moves don't get smoked by lows.
So he's just
yeah.
a straight-up tank.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like it sounds unfair on paper, but everything sounds unfair on paper. This is DNF Duel. Like
Yeah.
taking it in a vacuum, you're like, that sounds like a terrible idea. And DNF Duel, I'm like, fuck it, put it in.
They're gonna make it into a better idea.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I can't figure it out. I tell you,
Arxis, we're watching you.
I played Danny and got I don't know if I don't think I've ever actually played my Grappler versus Danny, but I played Azora Swag Daddy's brother and got smoked by Berserker. I played Beautiful Hair Brandon, got smoked by Berserker. That character I cannot figure out how to navigate neutral because Grappler has no neutral to speak of. He is simply I touch you and you die,
Yeah.
or I will die trying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's a character that, like, again, there's some people doing really well with him, but he gets smoked by the top tiers. He loses to Striker really bad. He loses to Hitman kind of bad. It's a little bit better, but Hitman's Hitman, so whatever. I think he plays pretty well in the Crusader, which is pretty good as far as the top tier goes. And usually when I'm thinking about where to put a character on a tier list, like how they play in the top tiers is important.
Look at Danny with the matchup. What a nerd.
But yeah, so there.
I love it.
I have this man. I think I've sold my point on why I'm not looking at Grappler because I'm not trying to work. I worked hard for a season of Guilty Gear Strive.
Yes.
Working hard is rough, man. I want the easy way. Other people taking the easy way, why not me? I'm done with this, nobility crap. I'm taking the easy way. Okay, so that's why I'm looking at specifically top tiers. The lowest on the tier list I'm gonna go is Troubleshooter because he's still really fucking good.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Troubleshooter is really good. He's just not like he's not Swiftmaster level. He's not Twink Boy status. But yeah, so that is why I'm looking at DNF Duel.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So our next topic: what does gaming mean to you?
Oh man, that's a funny question because it reminds me. Like I said, I used to work at Florida Atlantic University. I started their esports program. I just got news that I think their esports program is shutting down recently. So, oops. But yeah, so I did presentations about esports. It's a funny question they ask, and I had to go the main stuff I had to answer. Whatever FAU told me to answer. One of the things I luckily, unfortunately, got to let people know is I think the most important thing about gaming is the sense of community. I would not be playing video games as much as I do if there weren't people to play with
Yeah.
in these
Agreed.
video games. It's one of the things I really enjoy fighting games, and it's like SFL FGC fucking rocks. Like if I was in a community that like kind of like I had a bunch of like shitty people I didn't like talking to, I probably would not be playing Strive for this long.
Right.
Like Strive, I absolutely love, but if I was just grinding Celestial, like I would not love it as much, you know. Like it's definitely a different beast. So, like I do enjoy, of course, you know, the occasional game I can sit down, but even like Elden Ring. Like Elden Ring was such a blast to play. Like talking to people, you know, every day, be like, "Yo, did you find this thing, this random thing?" And then they'd be like, "No, I didn't find this random thing, but I found this thing over here." I was talking to my brother. I thought I explored like the first area really well. Mm-hmm. I missed the mine next to the dragon, which gives you a bunch of upgrade material. I was able to upgrade my weapon a bunch. And I was like, damn, I didn't know there was a mine here. So yeah, I went in the mine and like it helped me out a bunch. So I think that sense of being able to like talk to people about the games and all this stuff and you know the stories that you get to tell through it. I mean, that's another reason I hate open world games because the story's a big part.
Yeah.
Story's pretty cool. That's why I like JRPGs more so because I think they're more the combat system. You know, I like turn based. I think turn based should come back.
Agreed.
You know, I heart turn based, but some people that's not their thing. But they always spend a lot of time putting a pretty good story in. You know,
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stories that untold. But yeah, I think honestly that sense of community is what makes gaming such a blast and why I keep coming back. I get to be on a gaming podcast because of it, so that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
All right. So with that, our next topic would be you had to be there moment. So what moments in gaming that for you it's like, yo, you had to be there? Like give us, I would say about 3.
Apparently fucking Skyrim. Because people adore that game, but I can't imagine why. Hell no. Damn, you had to be here. Like Elden Ring boomed, I was surprised. So I think that's gonna be a game that goes down in history. Because weirdly enough, it got a lot of people. People already kind of knew what they're getting into. People like, I love Dark Souls. You know, I played Dark Souls 1. I went back and played Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. Bloodborne's my favorite game of all time. I was like, damn, Elden Ring's coming out. I know it's my shit. You don't even got to tell me. I think it's a 10 out of 10 before it released.
Wait, so you missed Sekiro?
Oh, I played Sekiro too.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Sekiro, not my least favorite. It took me a while to enjoy it. You know, I went in once again expecting Dark Souls. You didn't get Dark Souls. You got Sekiro.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people who are, you know, fans of, you know, the Soul series, they went into the game thinking, okay, I'm gonna play it just like Dark Souls. It's like, no, you do not play. You don't play Sekiro as a Dark Souls game. It's a From Software game, but it is not a Souls game. It's like completely different, and it's just more so of you got to know when to parry, when to counter.
Yeah.
Because the pairing is literally the meta of the game, and once you master that, then everything else becomes cakewalk. Because that's what I was struggling with, and yeah, I had them nights, them moments where I'm just like, fuck this game, fuck this game. I'm just like, yo, what the hell am I doing? Like,
Fucking
bro,
ogre at the beginning.
yes,
Oh
like
my God.
that ogre,
I
that ogre
from
kicked
software.
everybody's ass, started yeeting people off the
Bro, he
off
drop
the
kicked my
cliff.
ass. I was like, I didn't know I was signing for a WWE game. Like, that's crazy.
doing an elbow drop, a low kick, a drop kick, like that ogre kicked everybody's ass. And then the funniest one was the Guardian Ape, when everyone thought that, okay, I killed him, you know, he's dead or whatnot, and all of a sudden you just see the ogre just pick up his head, grab the sword, and I'm just like, fuck. And I got nothing to heal myself, and I'm just like, it was stressful, but then I ended up finding out that the second phase was actually really easy.
But I appreciate Sekiro the longer it's been out. I think Sekiro is the most fun to watch speedrun.
Yeah.
The speedruns for that game are a lot of fun. Like, I like watching speedruns. I think Dark Souls 3 has a really boring speedrun because it's a lot of glitching through walls. Like, I'm not going to be one of those guys when it comes to speedrunning that's like, you glitched through the game? You're not even playing it for real. Speedrunning is not really playing the game. I'm not going to be one of those nerds, but I will say I enjoy glitchless speedruns more than glitched speedruns.
I can agree with that.
And I think the glitches that do happen in Sekiro are pretty cool. Like, there's like a bunch of swimming glitches that happen. You can still see like a lot of the game. Like, you skip through, you can see a good amount of the bosses. There's a good amount of bosses that you can kind of just like fuck off. Like, there's the first guy on the horse.
Yeah.
My name is whatever. I forget what he says, but he always comes out and says his name. And you can like route him so he just jumps off the cliff. which is pretty funny. It's like glitches like that I think are really funny. Where they just kill themselves. I'm like, but yeah, but there's other fights that you just kind of have to do, and it's fun to see them play it well and really fast. Yeah, so that's a fun speedrun. So I think Elden Ring though is gonna kind of go down. Like I feel like it's got to be game of the year this year. Like it exploded.
With
a
all
lot
the
of people.
speedruns?
No, not game of the year speedruns.
No.
The
I just
speedruns
meant-
I've watched.
I've seen some too, and it scares me.
Because I haven't been in the game. I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch speedruns like 3 years later and be like, damn, that's pretty cool. Because
Yeah.
I haven't been in the game. It's gonna take me forever. But no. And the thing about Elden Ring, like weirdly enough, I think the thing that's so good about it is because it's open world, you can so easily just overlevel your character. And like, if you can't get through this, like once I find a boss and I lock on that boss, I am beating that boss. Like I'm not gonna go over. Like I can't do that. Like fucking Godric, I went in at like level 10 or some shit. I was like, damn. It took me a while because I did like no damage to him. Or even like the first boss, you know when you like walk out of the area, you fight the tree guardian?
Yeah.
Yep.
I picked the depraved class.
Oh.
I played him at level 1 and said, I'm gonna beat you at
Double O.
level 1. He one-shots you.
Yeah.
There's a few hits that you can live one hit, but he pretty much one-shots you. And I was like, I'm getting his ass. So I streamed it, and I think it took me about 2 hours. 2 or 3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of me being frustrated. You know, for the first like 20 attempts, I was like, haha, I'm having fun. For the last, 200 attempts, I was just me mugging it, Like I did not talk at all. I gotta focus up. But yeah, so it's just like I think weirdly enough, the open world like helps people that don't like Dark Souls like Dark Souls a little bit more because you can just go anywhere. Like in original Dark Souls, like the Dark Souls 1, you get the Firelink Shrine. You either go to Undeadburg, which is the easiest route, or you go to the places that you're not supposed to, which is super hard. Like you can go fight Nito, or not Nito first. You can go fight Pinwheel first, but then you have to make your way all the way back out of the catacombs because you can't go fight Nito till you get the Lord Vessel. And it's so like you do have to do stuff in a specific route. Or you can like get the master key. There's a starting item called the master key, and you can go to some different areas. But all those different areas are harder than the place you got to go. So at the end of the day, on your first playthrough, you're always going to go to the place that makes the most sense. Unlike in Elden Ring, where they send you in the world. Like I still coming in like a Dark Souls point of view. Before I explored the first area, I beat Godric, I think his name is, right? The first boss, like the first major boss. I know there's like 5 gods.
Yeah,
like God Blank.
Yeah, Godric.
Godric, right? The guy with the axe and stuff, and like
the light sword.
A bunch of hands. So I beat Godric first. I put whatever you have to put his soul in the tower, and then I was like, damn, I can go explore the rest of this area. I didn't even it didn't click in my head that like what type of game it was. So I ended up going exploring the rest of the area. It was a lot easier because like Godric gave me like a gajillion souls, so I was like super over level at the point. But it was fun. So I think that's cool about that game. God damn. Game, I'm gonna need an example, man. Like I don't know. Like what's a game about for you then?
All right, for me, when it came to like you had to be there moment, like one of the moments that like you literally had to be there is like when Halo 3 came out. For me, it was like when Halo 3 dropped, and I remember going to school the next day, and it was like half the school was there. Because everybody's at home playing Halo 3 for hours on long.
Yep.
You're going over your buddy's house and you just see one TV, 4 people playing Halo 3. Go in another room, 4 people playing Halo 3 in another room. Go in the patio. You have another 4 people playing Halo 3. It was just it was crazy when that happened. Especially for me, it was like, yo, this is what y'all did. Y'all skipped school just to play Halo 3.
Yeah, I guess
it was that serious.
Yeah, I think that's kind of similar to Modern Warfare 2. Like that was my generation's like
you had
game. Like I didn't play Halo 3 like that. I think my brother bought it. Like he had an Xbox, but like I didn't play the Halo series like that. PlayStation guy. But everyone in the school definitely, again, like I told the story earlier, if you weren't playing Modern Warfare 2, you were not cool.
Yeah, you were missing out.
You're simply not cool. They shoo you away. You're not one of the cool kids.
Yeah, like it was like whether you were on the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, it was like mandatory to get this game because that's what everyone's playing. It was like the new Halo 3, but it's Call of Duty, and everyone's just playing it. And of course, it was also mandatory to have a mic because everyone's talking their shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
them late nights of just playing Modern Warfare 2 and you're just shit talking people online for like
the
up
DMs
to
on Xbox.
at 2 in the
damn.
morning, 3 in the morning, getting them
Yes.
hate messages because
I miss
you done drop shot somebody, or you just quick scope somebody, or you end up getting the game winning nuke, and people just sending you hate messages and whatnot. I missed it.
This is what the sad part is, I didn't have any friends that owned the PS3, so I played by myself. In Modern Warfare 2. Everyone was Xbox boys. I bought me. I was like, I'm a PS3, and they're like, that console sucks.
I was a complete opposite.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah, so I can't relate to on the mic because I was like, oh god, I just play by myself, drop the loadouts. Terminal's still my favorite Call of Duty
Yes.
stage. That stage is so fucking good. Damn, but like, man, I'm gonna take this in the other way so I can get to talk shit because I love talking shit.
Gotcha. Go for it.
God damn, how the fuck did they fuck up SF5 so bad on launch?
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the FGC. I wouldn't consider it till 2020.
Right.
I bought SF5 on launch.
Yeah,
That was the
same.
game. At first, it came out. I was like, I'm going to learn this game. I was watching, Justin Wong. I was watching Maximilian Dude. I was invested.
Oh shit.
It killed that investment. I could have been inside the FGC from 2016 and onward.
Yeah.
FF5 was a good game.
Yeah.
It wasn't. 8-frame delay, I cannot imagine. Like, at the time, like, I understand what that means. Like, 8-frame input delay. I was playing Rev 2, literally this morning, technically, 2 o'clock in the morning with a buddy of mine. We were playing on 8-frame delay. That was miserable.
That sounds unbearable.
How the fuck did people do it for years? People were playing online, and it was like, nope, you hit a button, and then you gotta go do something else while it takes forever for the button to come out. Like, damn, delay-based netcode. And the thing
Hey.
is, like, rollback was out at that time. 2013, I'd say, is like marked like when rollback was truly invested in. Iron Galaxy with KI, they made rollback. GGPO was a free resource. They could put GGPO in it, but for whatever reason,
They didn't.
Japanese developers are scared of GGPO. They have to make their own in-house rollback, and I don't understand it. It's a free resource.
pain.
And I don't know anything about game development. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of hoops you'd probably have to, being like a big company, and as far as Capcom is, like, but damn, and like even like the Capcom, like, it wasn't just SF5. Capcom went through a dark age.
Yeah.
As a big Capcom fan, like, even not even around Street Fighter, I love Monster Hunter.
Yep.
I love Mega Man.
Yep.
I love all these games. I'm a big Capcom fan. They got so many bangers out there. Man, that marked like a dark time for them. MVCI came out. I bought that
Oof.
game too.
Oh my god.
It was ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
I end up, that's another thing. I probably would have also, going on like moments in time where I probably would have entered the FGC sooner. I ended up buying MVCI over DBFZ.
You poor soul. That is the worst choice.
I got DBFZ like later, way later. I ended up enjoying it. I'm a DBFZ hater now because now with my knowledge, like there's 2 fighting games I simply just don't enjoy playing. And no hate to people that play it. I will show them the game from my own perspective. But DBFZ and KI get my blood boiling. Like, I can't with those games anymore. KI, I could never step foot in. I played it for like 10 minutes. I was like, this game's not for me. Why do I have to finish the full combo to do any damage? Like, that's not how scaling works, all this stuff. Like, it's not for me. DBFZ, I played religiously for like a year. I spent time in that game. I come back to it. I'm like, what are you now? What are we?
Yeah.
I simply do not love you anymore.
And then this is where Danny just pops in.
MVCI is greater than DBFZ. MVCI, looking back on it, actually kind of a bomb-ass game. The game looks like ugly as sin, has a terrible cast,
Yep.
but every once in a while, I'll boot it up. MVCI community, it's the reason I came back and booted up every once in a while. They have like the coolest community. They do every week, I think it's Tuesday nights. Don Khan the Hater is like the main guy I think I see running MVCI stuff. There's other stuff too. Jacko Man is a big part. He plays UMVC3, but also MVCI, big part of the community. They have just like a super cool and welcome community. They got, weirdly enough, a lot of resources on getting into it. I think the tag system, it has one of the coolest tag systems of all time. Yeah, I'm here with Danny. I think, man, if I picked up that game, my Frank West Dante combo would go. It'd go hard. Another game, man. I wish I had the time to pick up Grand Blue. Every time I look at it, though, I'm like, damn, it's too late. But Vasaraga, I feel like I could cook with Vasaraga. There's something like he aligns with me, just on like a spiritual level. And I heard he was top tier at one point. I don't know if that's changed from the latest patch. I heard he was top tier recently though, and that was my chance, and I didn't go on it.
Danny, is this true?
Yeah. Yeah. So that game's really cool, man. There's a lot of fighting games though. I wish I had the time to actually put the time into them. You know, it's one of those things. There's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And I simply, if I do not practice something, I fall off quickly. So I need
can
to.
agree with that.
Yeah. So.
Vasaraga's still top 5.
Oh, let's go! He's so cool.
He used to be top 2.
He's so cool. Oh my god.
But still a top tier.
I'm here for it. See, like it's like Crusader though. Like I'd be worried because I thought Crusader. Like I was so excited to have a top tier that like looked like I resonated with it. I got bored within a week.
Damn.
He has no sauce. If he had sauce, I would be like, damn, Crusader's my guy. Hit him with the funny loops. The funny loops are funny every time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
they
But
are.
the match around the funny loops that I'm bored with.
Yeah.
It's like when you're just seeing the funny loops and stuff, like you just can't even get mad. You just gotta watch it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a lot of combos in that game. They go
Yeah.
on for quite a bit. Like, I kind of feel like that game needs a burst. Not big, like damage is super fucking high,
Yeah.
and maybe it would help
combo
the
breaker or
balancing.
something.
But every time I get hit by Swiftmaster, I'm like, damn, let me go get out my phone and start scrolling through Twitter because this is gonna be the next 20 seconds of my life.
Exactly.
Like,
I think
I want a burst just so I can like not have to watch the 20-second cutscene.
I think I told someone I'm just gonna bring a George Foreman next time just so I can grill some food.
Exactly,
watch the
bro.
combo. And the second round is my food's ready.
You know, this should be me coming out on the podcast saying, I want to play Troubleshooter just so I can bring a bottle of whiskey on the stage at CEO Otaku.
Bro.
And like whenever I get hit by a combo, I take a swig. I think
Bro,
that's
I
so funny.
I will join that. Like, can I please come up your smash and just?
Yeah. Like every time Swiftmaster hits me for like the super long combo, I just take a swig. I think that'd be really funny.
We're just pouring shots at this point.
Exactly. Like Troubleshooter is a character I think's cool, but that would be
AJ's gonna be a witness of me doing this.
AJ, you come to CEO Otaku?
Put the camera on.
Yes.
There
I
we
am.
go.
Yes, there we go.
We gotta say yes. We got it, boys.
He's
This is all
coming.
elaborate ruse.
This is gonna be the dark side of FGC.
But yeah, but luckily Capcom though is out of that dark age.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World was a banger, and they've been
Yes.
up from there.
Yes.
Honestly, I was disappointed with Monster Hunter World because of the lack of monsters. But what it did for I appreciate. It was a good game. Combat was really good, and what it did for Capcom pulling them out of that dark time, I appreciate. Because now we're getting SF6, and SF6 looks good.
Yes.
Yes.
I am hoping though. I don't know if you guys saw like the leaked roster. Have you seen it?
I did.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be true. Everything around it, like I don't know. There's been like a lot of evidence around it, and if it's not true, it's like the biggest elaborate ruse of
Yeah.
all time.
I can agree with that.
Definitely.
Like it'd be crazy if it wasn't true. So looking at the base roster, I most likely will be playing Zangief.
I can
Zangief
agree
is
with
who
that.
was my main for all of SF5. The thing about Zangief was he works like a triangle in the lifespan of SF5. He was I think he was like actually good on launch like because 8-frame delay apparently. But like right after that he was really bad and then he got a little bit better. But now he's back to being the worst character in the game. Like he went from like okay, from my understanding, I wasn't paying attention. I don't even give a shit. Then the worst character, they got better. Now he's the worst character again. I've only ever played him while he's the worst. I've never gotten the chance to play him while he was a good character. And he is really bad in
so many,
SF5.
dude, there's so many new characters for the leagues. I'm like rechecking again, but I
Yeah.
do like the designs of some of them.
They look clean. Mimi looks cool. Like, let's say I don't like Zangief, but like the thing is, so Third Strike, I always say Third Strike's my favorite fighting game that I play casually. I'll always like once a month or twice a month, I'll go play Third Strike on Fightcade just to get my fix, even though, you know, I've never actually like learned the shit. Because I think Hugo's super cool. Parry's a cool mechanic. So those two things together, Parry and the SBD, it's funny every time. So Parry being in SF5, I'm hoping makes Zangief a little bit better. His biggest issue, or SF6, his biggest issue at SF5 though, in my opinion, is he has no good moves to approach.
Yeah.
He simply has to walk at you.
He's just a tank.
In past iterations, yeah, because he has that V skill where he does the flex.
Oh,
It
yeah.
becomes really red. In past iterations, he had a move banishing flat. People call it green hand. It's a move that he does this big spin punch. His hand turns green on fire.
I remember that in Street Fighter 4. Like that was like because I also used Zangief in Street Fighter 4 as well, and I loved them at back then because I used to spam a lot of command grabs and whatnot because that was my favorite thing to do. And then of course if I was going up against like a Ryu or someone that's using projectiles trying to zone me out, I would use the green hand or just do the tornado.
Yeah, lariat. But like that's the thing. He needs a green hand in his kit.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have green hand, I may drop him week 1.
Yeah.
Because I cannot play another game of Zangief being bottom tier. I have put myself through that torture.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to live that life anymore. So there's some other cool characters though. I'm definitely have my eye for. I was hoping for Hugo over Zangief. I like Hugo. I think he has a cooler kit. Claps are really funny. He has anti-air, bro, man, I can't believe this. But if you don't know what I'm referring to, if you're listening on, I don't know, you guys put those on Apple iTunes? Yeah. If you listen on Apple iTunes, we have in the chat, fuck green hand. If you're a green hand hater, you can catch this green hand out in the streets. All right?
You heard it loud and clear,
folks. I will die on
folks.
this hill. Green hand, he needs it back because, I don't know, it's really hard for him in Street Fighter 5 to have any kind of forward momentum. Like he said, he's a big tank. You know, he has some schmicks. If you hit him with the EX SPD, you put him in the 50-50. Do you go headbutt? Do you go command grab? Also, man, every system mechanic they put in SF5, like V-Shift, I was just starting to cook with Zangief, and then they added fucking V-Shift. That's what made me drop the game. I was like, fuck this shit. Just an own wake up. And like, there's counterplay to V-Shift, but at some point, for spending resource, I just want the opponent to have to take my mix. But they don't. They simply don't. Zangief, even on his own mix, has to be the one guessing. But yeah, I'm so excited for SF6. Like that game, that's going to be a moment you have to be here for. As far as FGC is concerned, like everyone's going to play that game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of new players came in because of Strive.
Yeah.
A lot of new players have now been introduced to the FGC because of that game.
Yeah.
They've even taken that time to expand. Now, all the old heads are going to play SF6. All the SF5 heads are going to play SF6. The SF4 players that are still playing SF4 are going to be like, SF6 is going to be my game this time. You know, they're not going to mess up like SF5. They're probably still not going to enjoy the game. But everyone's looking at SF6. I'm looking at SF6. I think it's going to pop off.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the locals down here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be a mix of cultures.
That's true.
Bro, man, everyone's playing SF6 but Gabe, all right? Gabe, we'll leave you in the past. That was funny. The first time, Gabe was actually my first opponent at the SF5 local. He picked up Balrog. Now, Balrog, so it's a weird thing, Balrog versus Zangief. For the longest time, that was Zangief's like best matchup.
Right.
Because what happened is Balrog has dashing punch, right?
Yes.
So he has to go dash and punch and make himself minus, and then Zangief would just be like, okay, you're gonna get command grab, right? Eventually, they added 2 V skills for every character to the cast. And what happened, you know, so specifically during dash punch, you want armor it. So you don't have to put yourself in block stun. You just armor it, command throw. That's the route, right? That's what made the matchup super, super bad because you didn't have access pretty much to dash punch anymore. When V skill 2 was introduced, what Balrog does is he does a little spin and gets a little tornado around his hand. And what it does is when he does his dash punch, it hits multiple times and it breaks through the armor of Zangief.
I'm sorry,
so
what?
it went from being a really good matchup for Zangief to a really bad matchup for Zangief. So when Gabe picked him first, I was kind of scared. And then I SPD'd him like 5 times in a row. I was like, I'm not scared anymore. I think he picked V-Scale 1. And at that point, I was like, he doesn't know the matchup. Because like there's no reason. So V-Scale 1 is really good because he does a little spin. It's really good against like characters with projectiles. There's no reason to pick against Zangief V-Scale 1. Which I was like, okay, this guy. And I know because it was I believe it was MK and SF5 that day, or SF5 and Tekken or something. I think Gabe can correct me if I'm wrong. I think you were here for the other game, really. Because I know you're an MK player as well. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, he's doing it. And then you know what I did? I armored up. He hit me with the dash punch and he got SVD'd. I'm like, this is, man, I'm having fun.
Jesus. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. Our next topic. Your gaming pet peeves. Your 3 gaming pet
what
peeves.
do you hate? It could be anything
Skyrim.
except for Skyrim. Let's expand this a little bit more.
Okay, let's expand it.
Well, I think we did, go on that. Not that I just think it's funny bringing Skyrim up every time. On that, like, open worlds definitely are a pet peeve of mine. Like,
Okay.
open worlds, I think I kind of delved into it. I think a lot of times they become a big sandbox, and I hate when the game's a big sandbox. Oh, I don't know if this is a pet peeve, but a genre of games I hate are the fucking, like, Detroit Become Human, like, not a game where the person's like, this is truly a cinematic experience,
Yeah.
interactive, like
Cinematic
that kind of, like,
games.
highbrow. Like, I don't mind visual novels. I think visual novels are pretty cool.
Yeah.
When they become like that next level of douchebaggery, like Detroit Become Human. And the thing
Douchebaggery.
that reminds me of it is they actually releasing a manga for it.
What?
Detroit Become Human Tokyo series.
Interesting.
It's a Japan manga. It's taking place in Japan, and it's still called fucking Detroit
Detroit.
Become Human. Who named that shit? It's called Tokyo Become Human, bro. Like, that's the name right there.
Yeah.
Why you're not in Detroit no more?
I mean,
like,
is it because they're from Detroit? or
no,
is it
it's like
poor
it's
ass
taking
name?
place in Japan. It's not out yet. Maybe someone will come from Detroit to Japan. Who fucking knows? But that name I thought was really funny.
That is funny as hell, actually.
But yeah, pet peeve is definitely that one. But like going on, like, man, putting RPG mechanics in a game when it doesn't need it. Assassin's Creed definitely fucking did that. Like, no, I'm stabbing him with a hidden blade. It should fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why have an assassination game where you can't assassinate the guy in one hit?
Yeah.
Like, it takes it away.
the stupidest
The skill
Yeah.
is supposed to come from, like, being able to stealth behind the person. The reward for not being seen is being able to take out that
Yeah.
wherever you're, whoever is in your way. In Assassin's Creed, it's whoever, guy's standing in front of you that you're about to slit his throat. But, like, that's the thing in a stealth game. Or, like, Metal Gear Solid, like, you use your resources to get around camera. You throw a chaff grenade or whatever. Like, but that's the reward for stealth, because in those games, like, combat is not supposed to be your strong suit. When you put an RPG mechanic to it, it means that you can just have, and the biggest thing I wanted to do was microtransactions, so you can have overleveled stuff.
Yeah.
And you can just win your combat scenario. You don't have to play stealth anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know, like just a lot of games for the longest time, like Witcher 3 popped off, Man, I'm really not trying to go back to it. Skyrim started off that trend. Skyrim was a big change in gaming. I can do that
Yeah.
say. Like, it was a cultural change in gaming
Yeah.
to what came
Yeah.
afterward. Like, there was definitely, it set up a lot of games. Like, Dark Souls came out, and like Dark Souls popped off with, I think really like Dark Souls 3 is when it started coming in like its own of like popping off mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people copying it. And it's like these games come out that like really changed the landscape of the market. Minecraft like created a whole genre. Like survival games were out like Minecraft before then. There's a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
of them, but like not the amount that we have today. You go to Steam and fucking like everywhere like is the same fucking Minecraft clone. But yeah, so that's another big one, like RPG. I'm trying to think of other games that do. I think Far Cry went down that route,
yeah.
which like it had like light RPG mechanics and like Far Cry 3 and stuff, and then went like full on into it, where this AR-15 does 200 damage, well this one does 220. And like that's like a subgenre I'd say of my pet peeve. I hate number counting. Like
Yeah.
I think it's more meaningful for a game to not give you bigger numbers, but give you more like options to tackle situations. Like
Yeah.
in Metroid, like or like Mega Man, when you get that next power up, that's a lot more cool than like being like, man, now Samus, your Buster does 18 damage instead of 10. Like I don't know, it's not anything cool. The final one, man, this is a weird pet peeve, but in RPGs, why does not all games have transmog in it? Like I feel
Destiny
like
does.
What?
Destiny has it.
Yeah, Destiny has it.
Yeah.
But like I feel like World of Warcraft was the first thing, because that's where the term comes from, World of Warcraft transmog. But like other games come out and like I want to look cool in Monster Hunter, but I also want the good stats. And to use the good stats, like you have to use a mixed equipment. And when
Yeah.
you use mixed equipment, your character looks like a dumbass walking around. So like I don't know. I feel like transmog in like all those kind of RPG games where like equipment and loadouts are important. Like give your player the ability to look cool and use the stuff. It shouldn't have to be a choice between looking cool and looking how you want to, and like using the cool equipment. I'm like, just put them both in. Like I don't know. It doesn't seem that much difficult. I know, as game developers, they gotta be like, I gotta put the resource in here. You gotta put the resource in here. Like, I don't know. It seems like something easily to just put another slot or something like that you can.
You just look like a custom NPC while being the most Giga Chad.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's
The
just
cleanest person and still be weak.
like there was and then you gotta do cool stuff like in Final Fantasy, whatever the online one is. There was someone who came out and he role plays Jesus. You can't do that without transmog because he can wear the good equipment and still look like Jesus Christ while he's being a white mage. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have to see that.
I hate having to look like a dumbass in my games.
Because like people like matching armor or a matching outfit, but if you have to have bits and pieces of armor just to look super powerful,
No.
or just look super weak, just pointless.
That's man, like another like subset of that though. In fighting games, SF5 did it right. Give me costumes.
Ooh, yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Give me like new colors, new costumes. Give me customization, bro. Like I don't know. Like I think it's really hard. They talked about in like Guilty Gear Strive to do it because like I don't know anything about like coding, but the way they code that game specifically to make it look so beautiful was like impossible. Like it was like super hard to do or something. Like they like apparently like only coded ones instead of ones and zeros, like something like that. Something weird, technological stuff that goes way over my head. But yeah, like you were saying, let me look cool while I do cool shit. Put that. That's my. I'm going to go do a TED talk to game developers. That's what it'll be about.
Thank God for the modding community.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, and I think with that being said, I guess we can just wrap this up, put a bow on it, and end it with our closing remarks. So, Beefy, any closing remarks for this podcast for this episode?
I had to blast, bro. Thank you always for inviting me on here. I think it's my third time here. Always have fun. Make sure you guys check us out tonight. Flynn's Gaming, SFL, Twitch.tv. We're going to be having our Guilty Gear Strive tournament. Last week, we ended up having our Guilty Gear Strive tournament that was Fires Fest.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of people. I was surprised to see at Fires Fest how many people, though, like, I feel like didn't come because it was Fires Fest. They came because it was SuperCon. Like, they saw it at SuperCon. So I'm hoping that carries over going into these next couple of weeks because it'd be pretty cool, Like, it was a weird thing because I remember because I didn't go to Combo Breaker. There's like a before combo breaker and an after combo breaker scene because while everyone for like 3 weeks like the main crew, like the normal top 8ers weren't coming because they wanted to rest up before combo breaker started. There was like a whole nother crew that came in and we were having like the same number of tournaments, and then after combo breaker like everyone was there at one time. It was pretty cool to see. So yeah, we got a lot of new heads coming in, so welcome to the community. I was talking to Brandon, creator, and Ryan, Convicted of Fun, a month ago basically, because it's every other week at NXT. It's weird being the old head now. I feel like I'm a boomer now.
Oh my God.
Like I came into this community like only a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like this young little Zaga player, didn't know anyone. I came in, I literally only knew Miles. It was me and him coming.
Yeah.
And now we got this whole ass like the main SFL Strive Discord. It has like 300 people in it or something.
Yeah.
Like it's really huge, so it's really cool to see, and I'm just excited to see where the community goes on from now.
Oh, definitely.
Bro, literally, look, Danny, all right? Literally, that's what happened. So Danny said in the chat, you ain't an old head yet. And I agree. I agree with him. Here's the thing. I agree with him. But people will come up to me, like it's their first time coming here, and they'll be surprised when you talk to the old heads. Because they know Marvello and Meg Tom Hanks. They're big names. So that I'm talking to those guys, they're like, oh, this guy's an old head too. Like the people I equate with now get seen as I get seen as an old head. It's a perspective thing, Danny.
Yes.
Like I don't think I am. I'm still a newbie in the grand scheme of things. But other newbies come in and they're like, this guy's been here forever. I was like, damn, time flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's my closing remark. Make sure you support your locals.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the same goes for me because I'm still new in the community and whatnot, and I'm learning as I go. And it's just like I'm glad I'm here because now I get to see the community grow from where it is and whatnot, from where it was before, and where it can go now. And it's very interesting for me to see that because it's like it's not too late to join the FGC. It's not too late.
Never too late.
It's never too late because you're gonna find where you belong and you're gonna fit in where you're gonna fit in. And it may not be with Strive, but it could be with another fighting game. And here in South Florida, we have many people played many different fighting games. Some of them prefer this one over the other. And what I would try to do, especially with the Smash players, sometimes I'll see them playing games like Strive or DNF or Street Fighter or Tekken. I'm just like, yo, if you're interested, come on out. Like, yo, I see you playing Strive a lot here on Saturdays. Come out on Sundays and play Strive. And don't feel discouraged that, yeah, you may not be able to, you're going to go 0-2, but don't feel discouraged because everyone that's in the Strive community, that's still active in the community, when we first had Strive here at Flint, they were going 0-2. Now they're winning tournaments.
Except me, I never went 0-2. I did put back the results. I made my first tournament I was here. I made top 8 with Zato. I don't want to hear it. You all can go 0-2. But no,
Jesus Christ.
no, you're right though. Honestly, like you said, like there's a lot of fighting games out there. We have communities like when we were doing Tuesday Night Casuals, the Tekken community showed up every week. They brought their whole ass PC.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that. It was the funniest shit ever when Omni went up to the Tekken players and was like, hey, do you want to put Tekken on stream? I want to show off what you guys do. And they said, you playing on PS4? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, no, I'm good. And they played on PC.
They were just chilling.
Yeah, so yeah, it was really cool. They're nice people that I talked a bit to them about Tekken and played a few casuals, even though I suck ass at that game.
Yeah.
But just because the show, and if Strive is your community, like, we're so fortunate to have some people we have in this community. Like, everyone helps everyone. Like, there's some places, like, I don't know. There's some places with, top players that are the worst.
Yeah.
They, like, don't support their locals. They don't show up to anything. They're assholes to everyone. They're like, oh, get on my level, blah, 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 this, blah, blah, that. Like, I don't know. Our top players, whatever that means, like, I think are pretty cool at being people to bring others into the community and, like, help everyone grow and evolve alongside each other. So I think that's something, again, SFL community, FGC, like, I don't think I'd be playing Strive as long as I have, like, a year in pretty much playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
If, we didn't have, Flynn's in the community that comes with Flynn's, even some of the other locals down here. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And
100%.
and even with the top players that we do have here for our Strive weeklies or whatnot, they don't act like assholes when they just act like regular normal people.
Unlike the Smash community, because I don't know, Beef, I'm paying attention to the Smash community. Choco Taco calling out the Smash community, saying the PR players do not play casuals with non-PR players because they're scared. They're scared to lose their status. I understand.
Wow, Class
Yeah.
C.
Listen, man, I'm gonna keep making fun of the Smash community. Oh, I just gotta bring it back. You won't be inviting me to the podcast. I think one of the times, like next Smash Cast, you should invite me on.
Yes.
Just to throw a wrench in it.
I mean, we had one Smashcast where we just talk shit just straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it'd be funny because they talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Now they have a common enemy.
Yeah.
BeefyManatee. I think I'm up to the task to take them
Hold
on.
Yes.
It's funny when you say fuck Waluigi, but fuck BeefyManatee hits another like because like you can't say that in a serious tone.
You do know that I'll have to bring back DGK and Joy-Con for that one.
Bro, put them both. Put Balboa on too. Now that
Okay,
now I got some words to have with him. Even though I did go to a Rex, that's before like I knew who everyone was, so that's maybe where he saw me. Like before everything, before I even came to Flynn's, I went to a Rex Baron because the FAU guys invited me. So I ended up, damn, who did I lose to? Winner side. I can't remember. I lost to Psychotics though, loser side.
Oh.
He ended up washing my ass, which I thought was pretty funny.
Oh dear God.
All right. Waluigi, your closing remarks?
Beef, thank you so much for having us. You're one of the people that actually inspired me to keep going to FGC tournaments.
Let's go.
Like having you commentate one of the tournaments, like I was trying to figure out knowledge of herbs and four-face buttons and such, and definitely watching a CEO got me inspired. Like I'm gonna be a great player. I have potential. And even at NLG the other day,
Bro, you played so well.
I was freaking out that I was actually playing.
Look, this is I mean this to be a compliment, but I'm not good at giving them.
No
You
worries.
used to suck ass
Oh,
at this
definitely.
game, and now you don't. It just goes to show people
I
help
definitely
you.
would agree
You
with
hang out with herbs. You hang out with four-face buds. You come out every week. We play sets. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy how much you've leveled up, and you did well at CEO for like your first major competing. Like that was a good job. Like other people, have been playing this game for way longer than you, and they got their asses handed to them.
Oh yeah, I know. I take my O's and 2's, and I'm proud of it. Like I look at my progress, I reflect, and definitely with you around got me inspired.
Yeah, so you almost took out Turb.
I was freaking out.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm sure you were, because honestly, I as someone who's been in similar situations plenty of times as I've been playing the game, when you're gonna be that person that you're like, damn, I have no chance of being this guy, and you're that close, you're like, now I definitely have a chance of being this guy. Next time he's getting smoked. I remember the first time I had a close set with Marvello, I was like, damn, he's touchable. I could beat this guy.
The funniest thing is, I was just chilling the whole time. I wasn't even serious. Like I was like focused in the game, but I'm not even like sweating or angry or anything. I'm just like, damn, I was that close.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, dude, look at Waluigi. He's a prime example of you can come from no fighting game experience, like partly none from my stance. What you always told me, right?
No, I
exactly.
literally started in January of this year.
To being godlike at Strive, so.
I'm looking forward to the progress working with you and everybody else in South Florida community. Join the Fight Club Discord.
Yeah, just hit us up. I'm sure it's our own Illuminati Discord, because like Strive has the big Illuminati Discord, which is the Yuri Cord, which is still funny because it started out as Illuminati Discord. Now literally they'll let anyone in.
Damn.
Which I'm for it. I think it's great. I think inviting everyone to get people to have a central place they can have like serious games. Like you invited people. Before, you could invite, like you had to be a name to invite someone. Like I got my invite from Amari after he got top 8 at CEO, and that was like, damn, can we let Amari invite this schlop? Oh, he got 17th at CEO. Like you had to prove yourself to get invited. Now, I like how it is.
I just like popped in.
Yeah. So, but yeah, SFL Discord is the same way. Just ask us if you come to a local. I try to tell if like I ever see a new face, be like, yo, you part of the Fight Club Discord? We're trying to get everyone in here. We usually do a pretty good job of getting everyone in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely want to thank you, brother, for joining us in the podcast and helping me out.
Of course.
And of course, AJ, do you have anything that you gotta say? Closing remarks.
I mean, it's always fun to be here. It's always fun to hear people's experience with CEO and just the FGC in general. It's definitely getting me tempted. It's also making me tempted to just go back to, one of the first fighting games that I really jumped into, which is Mortal Kombat. Who hasn't played Mortal Kombat, obviously?
I thought you were going to say a good game. It's a disappointment.
I mean, my favorite one is MK9, and
Good enough.
Good ones.
Yeah, I
haven't.
haven't.
Play MK11.
I haven't touched any of the other ones.
Good.
And I refuse to, just because.
Fucking good.
Nah. But no, it's looking really fun, and I look forward to seeing how I'm gonna do in any
We're getting you in DNF.
future tournaments if I ever join.
Nah, join Strive. Herbs, who's really good at Strive right now, came from MK. So some of the skills can clearly carry over.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
then
definitely.
I'll probably need a little bit of training.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got you.
All right. Well, that being said, Beefy, thank you again for joining us on this podcast. It was great to have you. I wanted to get you on for a solo podcast because I know we're going to have a really good discussion. And, of course, you're a gamer like all of us and whatnot. You play many different games. And, of course, you're a great player in several fighting games, like not just Strive, but in KOF as well.
Nope. I tell you, I don't know, not to cut you off, my pool, they need to find another game. I know the person that I double eliminated never finds this podcast, but they cosplayed, they had a king, on their fight stick was King, the character King from KOF, and they cosplays as King. So KOF's their game. They need to find a new game.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry, but like I played that game for a week and haven't played it since. I joined KOF because I thought it'd be fun because I do enjoy the game. I just don't have time or the appeal to enjoy it that much. But yeah, I only dropped a game to the guy that had KOF as his name.
That is so
The
sad.
fact that I was like top 48 or whatever it was out of pools, like I don't know what happened with that seeding. I don't know if like they saw my other tournaments, they're like, oh, this guy's probably good at fighting games. I had like too high of a seed, but
Hey, we take those.
man, we take those, right?
Yeah,
Hell yes,
exactly.
Every CEO now, because I don't know if you remember, but this previous CEO, 2021, I ended up making out pools for Skullgirls.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah, you did.
Without winning a match. Because everyone else DQ'd.
Damn.
So every CEO, I need to somehow miraculously make it out of a pool of a game I don't play. But I appreciate you saying I am good at some
I
other
gotta do
fighting
that too,
games.
actually.
Yeah.
But I just had to point out the fact that the other people were just worse.
Yep.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. But other than that, thank you again for being on the podcast. Greatly, it was good to have you. And of course, we will have you for future episodes. And who knows, maybe the next Smashcast that we have, because I do have one that I wanted to do to get the history of Versus. But
Put me on it. I've never been there.
I haven't either.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been. I've heard stories. But yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I love Versus. Damn.
Nah, I can't put you on that one. That one's gonna be very exclusive. But the other one where we get most of the shit talkers or whatnot, like DGK, Joy-Con, Balboa, maybe some other two, and then of course you as just as like a wrench to throw into the mix. Be like, wait, why is he here? Don't worry about that. You'll know why he's here.
Don't let him know beforehand either. Like it's like, and a special guest.
Yeah, let's do that.
I could get Omnilax in.
Oh yeah,
Oh
bro.
my
Put
God.
was always the best.
Yeah, I gotta get
Yeah.
Omnilax in. But yeah, definitely. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching and tuning in.
Oh, thank you so much.
This has been episode 57 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. It's going to be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify,
Apple Music or Apple Podcast.
yeah, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We on a lot of audio hosting platforms.
Anywhere
so just
you listen to your normal podcast, you can find the South Florida Gamers
yeah,
podcast.
get to know us.
we're pretty much there, and of course, video playback is going to be available on YouTube and Facebook later on. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and we are signing out.
Peace.
Peace.